What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let 'em burn it out. Sell 'em to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it to the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
What is happening, chat? Are we doing wonderful this evening? I hope you're doing well. Cat's calling me a hoe. We out here and they call Diesel the blunt the way he gets passed around. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Okay, I gotta before I even get on to the topic tonight, I do gotta do I don't even know if I'd call it housekeeping. It's just that motherfuckers keep bringing me up in conversation when I'm not there. And then like some guy comes to me like 2 days later and they're like, Diesel, you know they talked about you on blankety blank, or Diesel, you know you were name dropped on this, that, and the other stream. And it's just like, motherfucker, I'd love to know about these things. Did Brad Tay send his GF a bunch of suicide bait to get her to keep her from leaving? I heard that happened. Some of that is from Rose Malay's stuff. Yeah, okay. So the Destiny story has gotten incredibly stupid, okay? It has gotten really fucking stupid, and it's really annoying how I don't know, I just feel like people have gotten away from the main topic of the guy to talk about all these like little idiosyncrasies with the story. Which is really frustrating because I feel like it takes away from the main point. So and I've talked about this, and I'm not gonna do what Beckett's been doing, where he's like, I'm not gonna talk about this, and then he talks about it 40 times. What is this V-neck, dude? It's a hoodie, but it's a little hot in here. But yeah, the gist of it is that if I am 3 people removed from you and I get your DMs and I know that random people have it, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna put them on the internet because it's like fucking frustrating when like random fuckos send me stuff all the time, and they're like, "Oh, but be very quiet about it." And then everybody I fucking know talks about it, right? And it's like, it's just annoying how Diesel stand up. It's just annoying how everybody's There's a lot of conversations where it's like, "Oh man, these are gonna come out. These are gonna come out. Everybody's gonna see these eventually." But then nobody ever bites the bullet and does it, right? My advice to Beckett with his video was don't editorialize, but just put it out, and leave it where it is. I follow DGG pretty regularly. They're all gossipy queens that all fuck each other. Everybody sleeps with each other. Everybody talks to each other. All the tiny streamers. I will stand up. I am wearing pants today. My pants are on. All right. But it's just like it just kept happening where my name kept getting brought up. Yeah, I think Sunday's video is stupid and bad, and I don't think Beckett should talk to the fucking guy anymore, but I'm not gonna make him pick and choose the people he talks to. It's just annoying that I keep being brought up as like a vouch or whatever, and it's like really fucking annoying. And I don't like appreciate that. Put your legs away. I know you skipped leg day. That lighting ain't aerobic. Oh my god. I'm literally just wearing pants, chat. I'm just wearing pants. But yeah, I just wanted to say that because like I don't want people giving my position for me. My position is just really simple. And you know, my content hurts people. I know that, you know.
Why is your face
like, it's
so
just
red?
The reality
Because you're
of it.
pulling a Winnie the Pooh?
It's mainly because of Hal, chat, okay? It's mainly because of Hal. I'm trying to finish my kombucha. I need my probiotics. Brad Taste also needs probiotics, speaking of. So those of you who might remember Brad, Diesel, don't worry. Apparently I have blood on my hands now. You taught me well. I honestly wish I killed or harmed as many people as people think I harm. I wish I was in a business that caused more bodily injury, so that way I could say that and not sound like the biggest doofus on planet Earth. All right? There's nothing more insane and unhinged than being like, you have blood on your hands. It's like, motherfucker, I make YouTube videos. Only person Diesel killed was Scarlet. Yeah, I was just hoping, praying on my hands and knees that Too Mad would die. Okay? I don't think you all understand how lucky we are that Too Mad died. All right? Do you realize how many creators breathed a sigh of relief when Too Mad died? He would harass the shit out of so many people. It was like a blessing that he dropped dead from all the horse tranquilizer he was doing while playing Overwatch. Oh my god. Diesel, you're making me slam my hog on the counter. Len, aren't you the one who did the gif? The gif of whatchamacallit? Of us all kissing or whatever. Hold on. I'll post it in the general the server and then I'll like open a link to it. Hold on. Right? Was this you? Who was this? I don't remember. Yes, Len is. Dude, the only art I get of me is me having like relations with other men. Oh my god. I love this stuff though. I think it's really fucking funny. I think you're totally allowed to do this, at least for me.
Speaking of Twomad, happy anniversary. I know he looking up at us.
I like how you specified looking up because that motherfucker ain't in heaven. Uh, if the stream suddenly vanishes, by the way, there's a storm going on right now, so just FYI.
Hey, Diesel, I had to go fetch the dog inside. Could you please restart the stream?
I mean,
Thanks.
I've barely gotten anywhere yet. You know, it's like the normal. We're like in the preamble stuff where I talk about like gay sex and like thirst trap to bisexuals in the audience, while not ever fulfilling on the dream of me being gay or something. We're all kissing. Yeah, dude. It's like, you know, Beckett looking at the camera is really funny. Oh, shit. The storm made the reason to skip leg day. Stop being... Okay, so I've been doing leg day pretty consistently. You're not gay, I'm leaving. I know, the hot take of the day, I'm actually not into men. I know it's a shocker for a lot of people, but I'm sure we'll all be able to cope with the reality that I actually like women. I'm sorry. Who's kissing Jar? Who isn't kissing Jar? You know, the funniest part is Jar wanted all this like fan art or all this Yuri. He wanted hentai of himself. But the second he gets canceled, all of a sudden he's getting all this like art of himself. You notice, by the way, so I'm the reason the Jar blackface thing became like a piece of like art. I asked an artist to make Jar with blackface, and then all of a sudden Kristen Ark does a thumbnail with Jar with blackface, and then I see a random person on YouTube making a video about Jar with Jar in blackface. Okay, I know the Jar blackface meme had continued, but that like image of Jar wearing minstrel's makeup did not exist until that thumbnail was made. Yes, it was a commission, but we keep trying to not name the artist because they asked. You're also the reason everyone knows he likes cute little pussies. Dude, everything I hear about Jar is like the worst thing ever. Okay? It's always the worst thing ever. I really want to do like a main channel video on Jar, going over every single one of those and collecting every single piece of it to develop like this whole long storied history. Because I just find him so amusingly funny. If you haven't seen it yet, by the way, on the main channel, I put out a video about Grums. Shout out to Falgi for pulling the fucking weight on that one. I think it's a good piece, you know, so.
You need a pool to excuse today's hoe attire.
You need a... Dude, I like being comfortable, okay? I wear very loose-fitting pants. Sometimes my balls be out, you know? It's just the reality of it. That'll be an 18-hour video. Will you do an Illuminati update? Maybe. Maybe. I haven't kept up in a while. You know? I like the Groans video. Good job. Listen, man. It's been a long time since Gamergate, but boy, have things changed. Well, like, chat, if you're a fella and you wear your shorts, right? Sometimes if you're like free balling it commando style with your shorts, your nuts are gonna hang out when you're sitting in the chair, right? Because like the seam between the two legs, like sometimes for some pants, it's not enough to hold my balls, and so my balls will be out, you know? This is a reality. Men have to deal with this every day, chat, okay? Guys, D just wants praise. He's got a praise kink, you know? Let's not talk about me. We're talking about Brad today, okay? We don't need to address the praise kink in the room. How short are your shorts? Well, what if I'm like, okay, guys, Oh, is this here's something that bothers me. The people that walk around in their house with their sneakers on, what's wrong with you? What's going on that you need to wear your sneakers in the house? And for some reason, the people I know that wear sneakers in the house have really clean carpets. What do you got, like a carpet cleaner that just lives in your house? Because I know I don't. I got like fucking coffee stains on my carpet because, I blew it up once. Like, what's going on with those people that wear the fucking shoes around the house, dude? There's a lot of people who do that. There's a lot of people who do that. I've heard people say that they thought Americans sleep with their shoes on because of the footer on the bed, when that's really just like a decorative sheet that you put on your bed. They have cleaners. Yeah, but the one that I'm thinking of in my head right now does not have a cleaner. I wear Crocs inside because scorpions, yeah. Well, like, Crocs are okay. Crocs are one of those, like, transitionary shoes that can be in many places, okay?
I'm going to quote Lamar from GTA 5. Brad? Who the fuck is Brad?
Okay, Beto, thank you for that. Thank you. So Brad Taste, chat. Brad Taste, about, I'd say a year ago now, was kind of being a rude prick on the internet, and he ended up getting a lot of heat for that. He originally took a picture with Ethan Klein, and because of the Israeli-Palestine conflict, a bunch of 20-somethings that have nothing else going on in their lives decided that Brad couldn't be around Ethan because he's a Zionist Jew. Their words, not mine. So that's what happened, and Brad went on an apology tour after, and basically the audience capture that Brad had was, putting him in a really impossible to manage, like, woke scold position. At the time, Brad was well liked as a music reviewer. I remember I put out a video saying that Brad's audience was gonna fuck him, okay? And Brad's audience, by the way, watched that video and told me to go fuck myself. But guess what? 2 months from that time, I was right. Brad was courting an audience that was going to fuck him in the butt. And they did, right? So Brad's audience completely turned on him because Brad couldn't make a succinct apology. During all this time, Brad had been dealing with substance abuse issues as well as mental health issues. Now, my personal feeling is, I think if the shoe was on the other foot, and, like, let's say it was somebody who hates Brad, let's say somebody like me or somebody else that covers Brad, had those substance abuse issues and was dealing with a lot of the same problems that Brad is dealing with right now. I think Brad is one of those people who he would mock and deride his detractors for doing that. So I can't expend a lot of sympathy for him outside of, like, the general human sympathy of understanding, people dealing with, like, drug abuse and stuff like that. But I think if the shoe was on the other foot, Brad would be brutal to people who are criticizing him. I don't think he would be the kind of person to extend that kindness to others, if you get my drift there, right? But yeah, so Brad had a bit of a problem with marijuana, which is a rarity. I don't hear about many people being addicted to weed, but it's not impossible. Basically, people, like, here's the thing, and in my opinion, and I'm not an addiction expert, but for it, like, when we talk about the guys that were, like, jerking off too much, like, the question being begged is, like, how much jerking off is too much? When what you're doing starts to affect and impede your ability to function in daily life, then yeah, it's a problem and you need to get that addressed with, like, a therapist, right? So if you're choosing to jerk off instead of go hang out with your friends, if you're choosing to jerk off instead of go to work and make money, right? If you're choosing to jerk off instead of go to jury duty, you probably have a problem and should talk to somebody. So, if weed is that for you, you should go talk to somebody, right? It's a cautionary tale with Bradley, of course, right? But we always talk, yeah, but I'm using it as an appropriate discussion of addict behavior. Hold on, let me pull up. So Brad had struggled with this with marijuana for a while, and he had been clean for a bit from it. What's up, Cat? You send me a... Oh my god. Uttering the name of the forbidden will lead all to repeat it. Beware. Beware. Danger. Silence. Oh, God. But yeah, if what you're doing in your life is impeding your ability to function with other humans, that's probably an issue, right? Let's see. So, boom. So, a year ago, Brad puts out this video where he's like 1 year clear from weed, or clean from weed. And I gotta say this. I know I haven't shaved in a bit. Or cleaned myself up. I'll clean myself up for tomorrow because I got work. But holy shit, dude. Weed guys always do be looking like Brad, I gotta be honest. And you just clean yourself up a little bit, I think.
I am genuinely so excited to be recording this video that I accept the fact that the background and everything might look a little scuffed. But I've been waiting to record this for a very long time, to the point of where it's like it almost feels like a countdown to a holiday for me. And that, of course, is the fact that I am reaching...
Hi, Falgi here. A lot of people fixate on chemical dependent side of addiction and neglect how one becomes behaviorally dependent. Same thing with people never pulling off the internet. Yeah, I like when I'm saying, you know, things can be addictive. I mean it in more colloquial sense rather than like a literal chemical sense type thing. But, you know, Falgi's a bit more well-versed than me.
2 years clean of weed. I made a video a while ago, basically a year ago, saying that I was a year clean, and I answered a bunch of questions, and I talked about my experience.
I don't know the situation, but I feel bad for him. If he wasn't such a dick to other people, I'd probably feel worse. But, you know, I'm not like a psychopath. I sympathize, right?
But to say that I made it another year. In fact, it's been even easier, actually, significantly, like ridiculously easier than the first year. Though, of course, you know, it still has its challenges. I feel like the ultimate trial, though, and what really showed me that I've come a very far way, very long way, was when I was in Detroit, where weed is legal and it is everywhere. And I mean everywhere. The smell, I saw weed. It was like in arm's reach. You know what I mean? And I could have easily said, yeah, can I have some of that? But I didn't. And sure, I felt a little bit like, you know, the pressure of all of that, because it's not really something I've felt in a long time. But I was able to overcome that. And yeah, I did it. I didn't, you know, crack. In fact, it felt easier than it ever has, to the point of where it kind of reinforced a lot of confidence I've had. Now, there is something that I didn't mention in the first video that I think is very important to mention, especially since it's been a bit more time and I kind of understand the situation a bit better. It wasn't just weed. I was taking specifically...
Wait, what?
Adderall for my ADHD, and these two drugs together...
If you're prescribed, I don't know about what happens if you take both at the same time. I see a lot of... By the way, I see a lot of YouTubers and know a lot of YouTubers that take Adderall recreationally. Fucking stop doing that. Stop taking Adderall recreationally. It doesn't help you work more. You don't work better. He was on amphetamines. What a surprise. I literally, out of all the drugs that are abused in this industry, Coke and Adderall are super common in the creator space. Okay? The amount of times that I've gone to places and there's been Coke is way too fucking high. All right? But yeah, Adderall is not meant for people who don't have ADHD.
probably the most intense feeling I've ever felt in my life, and probably explains a lot of my disassociative journey and why I went off the deep end so heavily. As Adderall made me focus like crazy and gave me just this feeling of
Falgi says they don't have a synergistic effects since one is upper and the other is a downer. It just evens you out. Also, Jar loves his amphetamines.
like, you know, accomplishment, like I was doing stuff that I needed to do, and then weed, of course, giving me this feeling that I was in the right place at the right time and I'm good, just allowed me to just drift off, and my brain just woof right off the path. And I just continuously did this for months and months of just this repeated behavior that resulted in, again, just me like consistently dragging myself off the path of familiarity. As a result, when I did have a breakdown and something just kind of snapped with me, it was like I was already like not tethered. So something that really scared me, I didn't have anything to really run back to.
Dude,
So
it is insane. When I was in college, the amount of Adderall abuse that went on, but like in this field, just these guys are doing so much Adderall, chat.
it just kind of felt like I was, you know, like an astronaut lost in space for a very long time. It's something that I feel like now I've been able to build.
So I mean, ultimately, he seems pretty measured here, right? He definitely has had some mental health episodes that showed themselves as him acting like a fucking terrible person in drama. That has happened before, where Brad goes on these like psychosis episodes and he's like a massive insane person in drama online, right? And you know, it's like one thing to go through these things, it's another thing to put these things online, and then it's a complete other thing to not only put it online but direct it at other people, right? And so that's really what was going on with Brad at the time. I don't think people were fully aware that Brad had this issue. It doesn't excuse his actions, but it does give an answer for them, right? Anyway, Brad recently reappeared on the timeline, uploading this 3 days ago, saying, I relapsed. And this unravels a web of insanity that is just something else entirely. And another character will enter this story. She is featured on the title of this stream. But first, we will watch this video about him relapsing. Prior to this, I should mention that Brad was engaged. He had a fiance, and his fiance would encourage, or at least on Twitter and publicly on the internet, would encourage unhealthy and manic behaviors of Brad. Okay, I will say that she did that, but the situation is a bit more complicated than that. But that is definitely something she did.
So, the reason I'm making this video is for the last 3 years, I've every year around the same time made a video talking about each year that I've been sober from weed. And I know that a lot of people are already like, whoa, weed, what? It's just weed. What are you talking about? I have no energy to convince those people about anything involving weed. So, that's not who this video is for. It's for the people who been following on that journey and who understand the kind of effect that it has.
Pretty sure that Rose has Google alerts for her name, so she's probably going to be in your comments. It's the same shame she isn't brave enough to comment live. I don't want to hear her bullshit. I am burying the lead a little bit and not telling chat who Rose is if you don't know who Rose is. I will say who Rose is when we get there, but but she is crazy. She's crazy.
Is on me and possibly on them, and that it's not just all daisies and roses for everybody. For me personally, what we did was it made me feel extremely confident and indestructible, and like I knew what I was doing all the time.
Yeah, so the confident and indestructible thing is like what I mean with Brad's behaviors, right? So when you feel like confident and indestructible, imagine you take that to YouTube and you start getting in beef with someone, all right? You start getting a little fucking crazy because God knows on the internet, motherfuckers just cannot keep their fucking temperament down.
I felt like I was grounded to the world and that things were interesting and, you know, that everything made sense. This, of course, was a complete facade that did not go well whenever it wore off, and I would usually become very hostile when the delusion would kind of wear off. So that was pretty much what it did for me. I'd like to bring you back to a moment. I remember it was about the beginning of last year, maybe a little bit earlier. I was on stream and I broke down crying, happy tears, because everything had been going well for me. It had been a long time since I'd been, on weed, and I was feeling good about it. I was like, wow, I'm listening to music and I'm enjoying it on stream. I have a family. I have these 2 dogs that I love very much, and I have a fiance. My dog is barking. Well, he's a different dog. I had a fiance who I loved, who loved me, and I thought,
Jesus Christ, this is. I'm not like I'm not an asshole. I don't like Brad. I think he's done a lot of annoying and like rude things, but then in the same breath, it's like this whole like losing everything thing is like, it's sad, right? Like this isn't like funny. This is just sad. Also, I will say, never cry on stream. Never do that. But that's just my personal take. I'm sure one day that'll bite me in the ass for saying that, but
things were going very well there, and I had I had a future that I was really excited for, and I now sit here in front of you guys, maybe about a year later from that, saying that I lost pretty much everything that I care about. All those things are gone. And I'd love for it to be as easy as to just blame weed for all of it, but it's not. Weed is just like a small part of a much bigger puzzle of everything, but it certainly didn't help. The reason I ended up doing it again about like 5 months ago.
No, he was not engaged to Rose Malay. He was not engaged to Rose Malay.
Was the fact
he had like this I don't know how to describe the kind of girl he was engaged to, the kind of lady who would take a picture in front of Starry Night while wearing a dandelion colored sweater and waxing philosophical about popular modern art.
I went to California and I was meeting up with some pretty like
indie concert hipster e-girly. Yeah, that's a great way to describe her.
Great people, like some people who I looked
She was a token 21 Pilots stan. Yeah, I think you all get a pretty good picture of who his fiance was, right?
up to, some of even which who had like pretty powerful status, and it was a social thing that they wanted to get high and some pretty like 5 months. It certainly didn't help weed for all of it, but it's not. Weed is just like a small part of a much bigger puzzle of everything, but it certainly didn't help. The reason I ended up doing it again about like 5 months ago was the fact that I went to California and I was meeting up with some pretty like great people, like some people who I looked up to, some of even which who had like pretty powerful status, and it was a social thing that they wanted to get high and hang out, and for me, I just cracked to it. I was like, all right, screw it,
So the people he's talking about with powerful status here, this is the H3 people, right? Am I correct in that?
I want to be a part of that. There's no like, I didn't want to miss out, and yeah, and it, and of course I fell back in love with it and was amazed.
These was H3's fault for the weed.
With the effects of it, and it was like the whole thing started all over again for me. But the underlying consequence of which is the fact that I don't know, I just act different.
Why is there a picture of Pitbull there? Is that like a real photo? Because it looks like what is this? I can't stop seeing Mr. Worldwide
on it, like in a way that I can't control.
Is this dude the housekeeper? It's all connected, Chad. It's all connected. No, you.
And I ended up making an ass out of myself publicly, like really badly, to the point of where I don't even want to work anymore. There are videos about me, about my situation, of things that I've said that I can't face. I don't want to look at, and I don't want to be a part of the internet where like that exists. So
then don't. I know I say this a lot, but I really do think a lot of the guys in this business should probably just do it part-time. I think keeping a foot in the real world is really healthy. I'm really glad that I have that, and I really think more people need it, because I I feel like the internet lets you sweat the small stuff more. And I can tell that I saw myself worrying about things that didn't matter that much. But if he is at this point with things like this, he needs to like go to therapy and like unpack all that, because there are things he did wrong, but he needs like to actually sit down with somebody that can unravel all those things for him.
There, oh my god! And there's information about it, like about me, from people who were close to me, who were freaking out because they didn't know what was going on about me. They were just as panicked, and they ended up slandering me. What a mess. I don't look. It was a
The people. Okay, so if you are mentioning Rose in that equation, you should have known better. You and Rose both took shots at each other during that time when this happened, right? You couldn't decide whether or not you wanted to be her friend, even though you found out about some of her horrible opinions. All right. You were trying to pick the easy road out, and then you're surprised that Rose Malay decided to smack you upside the head with your own bullshit. All right. Which being said, by the way, you should have known better, because Rose has a long history of keeping people's information on file, so that way she could turn around and leverage it for sympathy in the future.
disaster. Everything that happened.
All right, I'm burying the lead way too much. Guys, Rose Malay is basically an internet lol cow. She gets around. She gets around quite a lot. In the past, Rose Malay had... Yeah, it's important that the history between them sniping at each other for years before this moment. Yeah. So Rose Malay came to infamy after making a few tweets. She was, as somebody said in chat, a rape apologist. She would talk about how she wanted to be raped and that men should be able to rape women. A heinous shit. And she also like made some comments about like dog fucking. Rose claims she doesn't believe those things anymore. I find that skeptical at best. If she shows up in the comments of this VOD, she will say that she doesn't stand behind those things, and that was an old person, not the new her. But it seems to be one of those things that comes and goes with whether or not she wants attention or not. She is a bit of an attention-seeking loon. And Brad had befriended her because they knew each other in real life a long time ago. But then they had also, fell out, and because of the rape stuff and all that. And yes, Rose Malay was in the Beast games. Rose Malay is one of these people on the internet chat that has this uncanny ability to get everywhere. It's like one of those internet cockroach people where you get rid of them and then they just magically reappear somewhere else. Nobody wants them. Nobody can stand them. Everybody thinks they're fucking weird, but they just don't go away. Right? And that's who Rose is. But yes, Rose was in the Beast games. We may talk about that some more, but she was in the Beast games.
And I ended up completely making a fool of myself. I went to rehab. I don't even remember the first reason I went to rehab. Like, I just know that I'm in rehab currently. I've been in rehab for the last 3 months. I've been in rehab in total for like 5 months, but for the last 3 specifically for SI, because I wanted to take my own life. It got so bad that I didn't have the family that I wanted to work for, that I wanted to do my job for, so I didn't want to do.
Her being close to Brad doesn't make sense because he's a belligerently pro-victim in matters of SA and super hostile towards that shit. Well, there is something I've learned is that many times people will say things on their public-facing YouTube channel and then not follow up with it in private. Or have the opposite. Or be selective with the decisions. Which is true. I mean, we're all selective to an extent, right? We all have morals and then have an exception to that rule, right? It's how people are.
My job, I felt like I'd failed everyone and that I failed my family because I chose work over family. And yeah, it's just like everything that I worked for and everything that I cared for just like either flipped on its head and wasn't what I thought it was, or just like wasn't what I wanted or wasn't what I thought it would be, and I just wanted to die. So that's where I'm at right now. I'd love to tell you it's getting better, but it fluctuates. Like every day I wake up and it's like throwing the dice. Some days I wake up and I'm okay and I pull myself together and I'm able to pull through, and then some other days I literally just wake up and I'm like I wish I didn't wake up, like, ever. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Still doing music stuff. I'm listening to music off stream, loving the new FKA Twigs album. Listen to that like 20 times. Still going to do streams, maybe even a stream today. I don't know. Stream.
Jesus. Is this a clip from Brad, a new one? Yeah. This is new. This is 3 days ago. God damn, dude.
Tomorrow, definitely.
I'll say this. When I saw the thumbnail to this video, I'm like, this guy looks like shit. Like, he looks bad. He easily put on like 25 pounds. That haircut's doing him zero favors. Like, he looks bad, dude. Like, I like, it's simple things, but Brad, you need to, like, if you take care of yourself, you'll feel a little better about yourself. Fucking give yourself that kind of self-care to get, like, take your ass down to Supercuts and get that shit shaved, man. Like, Jesus Christ. This is also not his first experience with suicidal ideation and intent, so I hope people don't presume that he is baiting. He's got a pretty personal on stream before getting big. My biggest issue with this video, that while I feel for his relapse, he just doesn't take responsibility for his own actions. You learn in recovery that you own who you were while using and move on. Yeah, it really doesn't sound like Brad really is at that point of recognizing that it's on him. Like, these things are on him, right? Like, he keeps, like he said even earlier in this where he's talking about like other people slandering him. He really needs to understand that, like, he is the one in control of this, and like a lot of that is based on his like poor behavior towards others, right? Obviously, Rose Mulet is a very disingenuous actor, but yeah, I don't think he's figured out that recovery is a process that never really ends.
Just trying to keep my head up. But yeah, that's my update. Thank you guys for listening. Peace.
Yeesh. I can't imagine putting this kind of shit out on a YouTube channel. I don't think I would ever want people that far in my life to know those kind of things. That's not... Ay, ay, ay. So, Rose Mulet. Rose Mulet, Rose Mulet, Rose Mulet. I don't think we need to know any of that. Yeah. So, Rose has been, I would say, a little stalkerish with Brad. I don't know why Brad would interact with Rose, but that is that.
If you are somebody who is close to Bradley, please reach out to him and make sure that he's doing okay.
And I gotta be honest, this shit I think is concern trolling from Rose, right? Like it's, when those motherfuckers are like, oh my god, is Eugenia Cooney okay? It looks like she's going to die. Have you seen how skinny she looks? She looks like a skeleton. It's the same thing that you're seeing here, right? It's like, I feel like this is concern trolling.
He hasn't been responding to my messages.
And I honestly don't think he should, because of the things that you do, Rose. Personally. All right? I think if he's doing that, he's putting himself in a position he really shouldn't.
Basically, he has been dealing with suicidal thoughts and just severe depression. He has not been
This VOD is not getting ads on
taking everything that has been happening well, and he's just been in a rough mental state recently. And he's just been abnormally quiet on social media platforms. I've had calls with the dude where you could just tell, like, he's not doing well. And I've been concerned for a while, and I don't know what to do.
I don't think this, if you are his friend and you genuinely care about him, I don't think making a YouTube video is ever the answer. Okay? I've never, like, I don't think that this is an appropriate, like, if you actually cared, I could tell you this is not how you care for, like, check for somebody's well-being, okay?
The reason that I'm making this video now is because my stalker decided to leak a video that I had made.
Yeah, my first action would be a wellness check, not a video calling people to action. Could you imagine how, you know, stressful it could be? You're like, I'm gonna jump off a bridge, and then you get like 400 comments being like, don't jump.
And I don't know what to do. The reason that I'm making this video now is because my stalker decided to leak a video that I had made many months ago, you know, where I talked about some stuff that should have stayed private. I had no intention.
Oh, many such cases, Rose. Many such cases. Oh my God. So, Rose is perpetually unable to keep her mouth shut and is a frequent leaker of people's information. Oh my God. It is no surprise that somebody who was possibly A-logging Rose, because she does have a community of haters who follow her around and her movements, right? It is not surprising to me that they got a hold of a video of you besmirching Bradley. It is not surprising at all. It's because you can't keep your mouth shut and you are chronically in need of attention on the internet.
To ever release the video. I made that video before I knew how much Brad was struggling. And
you knew how much Brad was struggling. You are lying. You are lying.
had I known about this, I would have never made that video.
And you'll see why I think that in a bit, chat, okay?
As soon as I had a call with Brad.
I mean, would you be surprised if you shared the video to the A-log or stalker? Rose ships her videos around to people with the intent for other people to cover them.
And he told me about all of this. I deleted all of the footage right away, and I swore to him that I would never release the video under any circumstance.
The video leaked, and then I deleted the footage. Well, by then, it's kind of a little late.
Because I just wanted to make sure he was okay. And
I'm sorry, but like she put together a video to make Brad look bad and then decides that she wants Brad to be okay. Like, well, like you can't do both.
That shit.
I don't know why I'm trying to rationalize this. She's a crazy person. There is no appropriate mental rationale behind this.
That deserve to stay private. Truth of the matter is, I feel guilty for even making that video. I talked to Brad. I told him the video existed. He said that he would respect my choice if I decided to release the video or not release the video. Obviously, he preferred that I didn't. But I just knew, purely because of how private that shit was and his mental state, that there was just no fucking way that I could do that, right? Just seeing the state that he was in from the calls that I had with him, I was just like, no, he needs help. He literally cannot handle something like this. So my stalker, I don't want to talk about this guy because I've purposely been avoiding
I mean, you can claim to do both if you're stalking and gaslighting him. Good point. Good point.
mentioning this guy's name. He has my parents' phone numbers. He has my address.
To be honest, Rose, I'm very certain it's not hard to get your personal information. In fact, I have a feeling you offer it almost willingly. All right? Just a hunch.
He has so many files of tweets of mine from years.
Why would he have that? Why would he have that? You are crazy. Oh my God. Is there internet-induced paranoid schizophrenia? I'm beginning to notice that this happens more frequently than not.
It's like everything that I've ever done. This dude literally has like documents on his computer. He's actually insane. Like,
What do you mean? Okay, you started this video being like, I hope Brad's okay. And now you're like, Brad's fucking crazy. Guys, what Rose is saying about Brad, one could easily say about Rose, all right? This is the literal definition of like those glass houses.
Like I said, you don't talk about this stuff publicly. You don't give these people attention. But like part of the reason why I've, been so aggravated when responding to drama is because it fuels people like this. You know what I'm
Because it fuels people like
saying? So he managed to download a copy of this video. I had sent it over to a few people.
You sent it to a shitload of people, Rose. Get the fuck out of here. You sent this video to so many people.
Many months ago, I was dealing with my own shit before I knew like that Brad was struggling, right? I had found out about some stuff that had concerned me. And so I basically asked people for advice. I was like, hey, should I release it? And most people said that it was a good video, a lot better than the original video I made, but that I absolutely should not release it. Like, it was just not the right thing to do. And so I respected that. I listened to what people said. I took their advice, and thank God that I did that, right? So what my stalker, and he has messages where he admits to this, by the way, he's saying that the reason he's uploading this video is because he's mad that me and Bradley are on good terms and that he wants us to stop being friends. And that he'll take the video down if Brad sees it, and because all his intention is to retaliate against me. God forbid I have people in my life who support me and see me in like a positive way. Now, like I said, Brad already knows that I made a
okay. The problem here is that Rose is frequently a dumper of trauma. Okay, she is quite the trauma dumper and speaks to quite a few people. All right, so I really cannot muster up a shit to give that somebody is like, fuck you, Rose, I'm gonna post this online. Are we really surprised that somebody's like, fuck you, Rose?
video like this. But just the idea that you would take this information that I deleted from all of my hard drives, deleted all the unlisted, links to the video.
It doesn't matter if you delete all the evidence you had, Rose. You sent it out to people, and people were smart and downloaded it because people know your modus operandi is that once it gets put out and then people turn around and say, Rose, you fucking suck. You go, oh God, no, I didn't mean for it to happen like this. I'm just a small little girl. Please, no. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Motherfuckers like you always say and do that, okay? It doesn't matter. We know you do that, so we download the video.
Because I was genuinely concerned that if this information leaked, this guy would kill himself.
Are you fucking nuts? This chick made a video. This chick made a video where she's like, if I put this video out, Brad dies. You are a fucking skinwalker. You're a homunculus with no soul. That is fucking insane.
For somebody to just disregard Brad's mental health, and I told him this in DMs, by the way, to just upload this recklessly, months later, after all this shit, it doesn't even matter anymore.
I don't understand. Some random shitter got a hold of your video and you're mad that he's posting it. You made the video. You got the information. You edited it. You put it together. All right. But now it's his fault for sharing the fucking video. You probably gave it to the motherfucker.
Like, we're moving on. Now, to be fair, I still feel like a shitty person for even making that video. Like the first Brad video that I made.
Yes, the buck stops with you. It doesn't stop with the other guy sharing the fucking video. It stops with you.
It was like an impulsive thing. I made it in one night. I was really mad because I had a bit of a falling out with this guy. Again, he was, not willing. I was being a little clingy.
I was being a little clingy. This girl is... You were a stalker, and you were mad that Brad didn't want to hang around you because the whole rape apologist thing was getting relitigated, okay? That is what fucking happened, all right? And Brad knew the stakes being friends with you. He made a business decision to drop you, which is whatever, and, like, maybe it's, like, a little disingenuous and unkind, but are you really surprised that people don't want to fucking talk to you when you're like, I think rape should be legal? I think a lot of people wouldn't take anything you say seriously or with good faith when you say shit like that.
Because of everything that happened. And he responded in some, like, kind of negative way to that. He was, like, acting weird. And so, like I said, I made this video out of frustration. I never intended for it to...
I'm sorry. You made a video where the guy could, like, fucking kill himself. And you're like, I'm just frustrated. It's like, I know he may die, but I'm just really upset right now. Because he doesn't like that I said things that people don't like.
See the light of day. I just wanted to get those feelings out.
I just wanted to upload it unlisted where anybody with a link could view it. You know, I just wanted to get my feelings out in a video that was easily accessible with a link that posted to a Discord.
That being said, immediately after I had recorded this video, edited this video, a few days later, I realized that this is a video that can
I'm mad that my Subway sandwich has mayo. You made the sandwich. You asked for mayo.
I was watching this video. There's like a few guys. Rat Lobber's one of them, and I'm forgetting the other guy right now. He's like a little cat avatar, and he was talking about Gary's mod maps based on real places. Or that might have been Rat Lobber. I watched 2 Gary's mod videos back to back this week. But one of them was of a Subway. No, not MRAW. MRAW doesn't cover Gary's mod. But it was like this guy, and he was talking about Subway from the early 2000s. That's how old this Gary's mod map was. And you walk into the Subway in Gmod, and there's a picture of Jared Fogle and Jared's favorites from the advertising before Jared Fogle was outed as a pedophile. And it's just like, that's just such an insane thing that's like a time capsule, right? Of a Subway. Nobody would ever think to take a picture of the inside of a Subway, but some kid made a map of their local Subway, and now it's up there forever. And we can all reminisce about what Subway used to look like. I just think that's neat. I think it's really neat to have that kind of stuff where you just go around in like a place that used to be type thing. They also did a map there was also like an old map of Party City, and Party City's going out of business now. So it's like, huh. A map you play fucking Trouble in Terrorist Town on. Dude's commentary pedophile brain rot.
never see the light of day. It's just too serious, and the ramifications would be too bad. And again, this is before I realized that Brad was struggling mentally, right? This is before I realized, because if I had known that Brad was...
So before you knew about Brad's mental health being bad, you realized the video would have been that bad to Brad?
...with suicidal thoughts, and just, like, it was affecting him this hard, I would have never made that fucking video. I had...
Get the fuck out of here. You're lying through your teeth. You're just saying that for sympathy. You're like, I'm just a small bean. I didn't know it would be this bad. Wah, 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 wah. You can't get trolls remorse now.
My closest friend die of suicide back in 2022. And every day of my life, I feel guilty for that. I feel...
What was your role in 2022? What did you do? What did Rose do in the past that she feels guilty for that? What happened? Is it like, who died?
horrible. So I want to do anything that I can do in my power to be there for people, to ensure that I don't lose anybody. You know what?
Dude, with friends like these, there's a demon on your shoulder telling you to fucking blow your brains out. Don't fucking talk to Rose.
I'm saying that shit that I deal with, and I don't talk about it because it's fucking private. I still like look back at conversations that I've had, you know, ways that I could have been there more for this person. Suicide is a very sensitive and touchy
I thought she was gonna say suicide is badass.
subject for me. So the second
Other guy kills themselves. Rose most affected. I don't think you are the most affected, actually.
he told me this in private, it was a complete 180 for me. None of this fucking internet shit mattered anymore. And yes, I was mad because
It was bad. It would have killed him, okay? Diesel made a 2-hour video on Yandere Dev knowing he will burn bridges and ruin people's lives. To be honest, I've said this to a few people. I thought Yandere Dev would have used the last of his money to send a hitman after me, or I thought Yandere Dev was going to kill himself when I put this video out. I thought one of those two things was going to happen, and I looked at it and I was like, I think this video should come out anyway, and I put it out. Knowing full well that something bad might happen.
because, you know, when I told him months prior that I had gone to some pretty dark places mentally,
Oh my god, I was in a dark place. What is this aforementioned dark place? What was Yandev's reaction? I don't know. He went radio silent everywhere. What is this dark place? All right, everybody's talking about this dark place like it's Mordor. All right, you don't want to go there. You don't want to go down into that place. That's where the Uruks live. Nobody leaves that place. I don't know why I'm Donald Trump.
Pretty much ghosted by him. I felt like he wasn't there for me in a moment where I desperately needed somebody, and it was a situation that...
Tuning in to Diesel saying, I thought Yonder Dev was going to kill himself is crazy. Well, it's true. Like, it's fucking... You put out a commentary video, you don't know if you're going to be somebody's, like, last bad day. You don't know that. That's a possibility. That could always fucking happen.
He had brought me into. You know what I'm saying? So that was like part of the reason why I was mad enough to like make those videos, right? It was short-sighted. I obviously regret that now. But I feel like at the time it made sense, right? So, you know, I wish that when I was dealing with that shit, he would have been there for me more, but we rekindled and he was there for me later on. Obviously I was in
I do want to be his 13th reason. I do. Streaming has been such an interesting career for me because I used to... Hate is not a word that enters my vocabulary very much. I don't really hate a lot of people, but streaming has made me a certified hater. It has taught me that there is darkness in my soul and that I could be very evil.
better mental state then. I didn't quite need that as much at the time, but you know what? It helped, you know? What I'm saying is like the fact that, you know, he is struggling with this right now. I want to do everything in my power.
This is not how you do help for anybody, you fucking psycho.
To make sure that he's okay, because I just want to make sure that I don't lose another fucking friend. I know what that's like. I remember them confiding to me that they were dealing with this shit, and I just said that I was here for you if you needed to listen. I still think that maybe I should have talked to their parents. And people have told me there was no way that I would have known, right? And people have reassured to me that it wasn't my fault.
Why am I learning about this other guy who killed themselves? Why I don't want to know this, Rose. I don't want to know how you didn't do enough. All right? I wouldn't trust you even if you fucking... Listen, I wouldn't trust Rose to deliver my groceries because she'd keep the receipt and pin it on her wall for a bad day.
But I still look back and say that there was more that I could have done.
Dude, if Rose was my Instacart shopper, I'd give her 1 star.
So, knowing that this video was leaked without my fucking consent, without regard for fucking Brad, you know, because all this fucking shit affects him way more than it affects me, I want to make sure that he has a support system regardless of how you fucking feel about me, because it doesn't matter.
What if you don't know how he feels about you, why are you commenting on this? Oh my god.
Okay?
If it was family that Rose is talking about that fucking killed themselves, fine. But if it's just like a friend from the internet, all right, and you're trying to say I'm most affected, you know, I'm sure there's 2 parents who feel a lot more guilty than you do.
Just understand that the contents of that video, if Brad sees, thankfully, nobody has seen this, okay? And
dude, Rose Mulet would make an awful greeter at Walmart. She would just not be good at it. I just would not want her in that job. Like, I bet she wouldn't even say hi when I enter the Walmart. Okay? That's the problem. Like, I want somebody to be happy. But I feel like Rose wouldn't be happy.
I'm trying to get it taken down. This guy can't be fucking reasoned with. He's, like, actually insane. He's my stalker. He's a whore. I don't even want to get into it. This guy...
He's my stalker. He's a whore. I don't know what his sexual exploits have anything to do with this, but okay. Whoever this stalker is, them being a whore is quite the funny... What?
Guy doesn't deserve any crumbs of attention. He's a piece of shit doxer. I don't want to get into it. I'm lucky that things can be done to ensure that this gets deleted and that this information stays private. But, you know, that over the next few days, I mean, it will determine whether this becomes like a public thing. And if this becomes a thing that like people start talking about, then I am genuinely concerned that Brad, like, for his mental health.
Maybe she meant to say horrible person, but cut herself off.
It might end badly. Genuinely. Like, if he's already struggling now, and like some of the shit that I said in the video, he forgot that he fucking told me, and he was like,
No, I like the idea that Rose was just like disparaging against some random stranger's sexual exploits, just for no reason.
worried when I told him that he told me that. And so I was like, fuck, like, okay. Yeah, no, I'm not fucking releasing this video. If you see the video, report it, report the channel. It's just re-uploads of other people's content as well. Once again, you know, a lot of people feel some type of way about me. This isn't about me at all. Like,
I think that people's opinions might be a little justified, considering the bestiality dog stuff and the rape apologist stuff. I think a lot of those things are a societal non-starter, actually.
see people in his subreddit, you know, taking this opportunity to bash on me and like bash on the video. Like, you guys don't understand the state that Brad is in. You don't understand that this was leaked without people's consent.
You uploaded the video. The buck stops with you.
You're just taking this
Everybody else is just reaping what you sowed, okay?
opportunity to bash on me, which is like, whatever. I don't give a shit, right? People do that. They've done that before. They'll continue to do that. But they're so blinded by this hatred of me that they don't understand how serious this shit is. And
You wrote it. You sat down and recorded it. You edited it. You put the information together. You uploaded it to YouTube. You sent it to people. It's the people that sent its fault? No.
I want to be proactive, and I don't want to make the same fucking mistake
No, she just said that you should be able to do it with a dog, from what I remember.
that I did back in 2022, where, you know, I was just like, hey, I hope you're okay. I'm here for you if you need me. And then the next day, I wake up to find out that my friend fucking killed himself. And I
Rose was the last person that person spoke to before ending it. Oh, no.
I've never fucking recovered from that. So, people might think I'm
Who do you think could eat more hot dogs in 5 minutes, Rose or Grace Thorpe? That's a hard question. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. It's a real big toss up.
overreacting or whatever. But if you are close
Who do you think would win in a fight, Rose or Grace? Grace Thorpe would beat the ever living shit out of Rose. Holy shit, Grace Thorpe would kick Rose's ass. All right, you got like Grace Thorpe. I mean, she's like she's got a small frame, but she got like a crazy person energy that like people don't have often. Like the energy that Grace Thorpe can put out, like she could kill a person twice their size. I don't know how she'd do it, but she could do it.
to Brad, please reach out to him.
Dude, Grace would pull out weaves, man. Okay, like she'd pull out weaves. She'd be a biter. Yeah, definitely.
Please be there for him. Let him know that he has people in his life that support him and are there for him. He's been extremely unresponsive recently. He is not doing well. And this, like I said, he's already in a state where he's not doing well. And this information becoming public, I genuinely believe, would push him over the edge. So I'm doing everything that I can do in my power to get this video fucking taken down, to keep this information private, and to ensure that Bradley is doing okay. And despite how much I want this to be private, I know that not a lot of people are going to see this, but I want to make sure that the people who do, if you see this video, report it, get it taken down, and if you know Bradley, talk to him and be there for him. I'm sending this message because I want something to be done before it's too late so that nothing
Go, if you know everything about it, go get a fucking wellness check done on Brad. Don't like run to YouTube, you fucking weirdo.
bad happens. And I need you to take this with the severity that it deserves, because even if there's a small chance of something happening, I want to be proactive about this. I want to do everything in my power to ensure that he's going to be okay. Me and Bradley have had our differences, but behind the scenes, we've been friends for many years. We care about each other. I don't think I would ever be able to live with myself if something happened to him.
Dude, she's saying it with like, oh my god, wouldn't it be bad if Brad killed himself, as like a, oh my god, I hope he kills himself, because then people can feel bad for me. That's what it sounds like.
I care about this man a lot. And I just wish that instead of being blinded by hatred, we could all team up together and just realize what is right, what needs to be done, focus on humanity.
It's on humanity. Oh my god. Call up Greta Thunberg. Give this fucking woman a Nobel Peace Prize. Oh.
I just wish you guys understood this. I'm doing what I know that I need to do in order to ensure that I can feel some type of peace with myself. And I just want to
Oh my god. Other person has mental health episode. Rose most affected.
make it abundantly clear that video was never intended to be public. And I am disgusted that my
Crack pipe theory time. This was Rose's way to manipulate Brad into reaching out. He ignored her before and she hated it, and she knew a public video would make him reach out again. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. That seems like a reasonable theory. I think personally, given how obsessed Rose is with Brad, I think part of her might actually just be attracted to him.
stalker would do something like this. I have tons of screenshots backing up everything that I'm saying. But this is about Brad. If you're close to him, make sure that he's okay.
So this is I can show this. So here's Rose sending it to the alleged leaker. The leaker side of the convo is gone, of course, but can I trust you not to leak it? Rose sends it to the leaker. Like, she wasn't making this for herself. She made it and was shopping it around, bro. Okay? Rose made a Brad taste in music video, sent it to me, and then deleted it. Oh my god, hold on, before we even get to the video. Twitter account says no means no. Rape has become endemic to South Africa, so medical technicians named Sonnet Ellers developed a product for women to fight back. Ellers had never forgotten a rape victim telling her forlornly, if only I had teeth down there. And so basically this person is explaining that. Okay. Basically they invented an item to for rape defense, and Rose's response is, this is evil, and any woman with this device should be sentenced to life in prison. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Rose Mulet. Did you see the Brad content nuke? Let's stop calling these content
Brad Taste
nuke.
in Music got arrested.
Here, hold on. So this is the video in question, right? The video in question that Rose didn't want everybody to see.
That got arrested over a confrontation he had with Tina. The reason he told me this is because he said to me while laughing,
That's a dox. Okay, great. Too late now. I already put it up. Fuck. Everything is public information and already known, but I'm still censoring stuff like middle name out of caution.
confrontation he had with Tina. The reason he told me this is because he said to me while laughing that no one would believe me. The problem is that he didn't account for the fact
Girl, get something fucking on your wall. Put a painting on your walls, okay? You look like you fucking skin people in the closet, but get a painting on the walls. Get a Funko Pop and put it on a shelf.
that this is all public record, and I was easily able to find evidence of this occurring. That's not all that I have, but before we proceed, I need to give you some context. So if you're wondering what Vine is, it allows survivors, victims of
Please, crack.
crime, and other concerned citizens to access timely and reliable information about offenders or criminal cases.
Is this like a pacer or like a trellis?
cases in U.S. jails and prisons. After Brad got arrested, Tina secretly recorded the confrontation that they had and leaked that recording to...
Dude, look at how enthusiastic she is about this horrible information, dude. Dude, you're talking about like a domestic incident where the police showed up. All right, and you're like, and then Brett, you were approaching this with the same energy that Keemstar approaches things.
Hive mind. That is the reason she moved to Detroit. That is the reason she's working with Hive Mind. And when I told Brad about the tweet that Tina made, he said it was lame and she has no respect for him. They unfollowed each other, but they want to keep all of this private and just pretend.
Well, yeah, why shouldn't they be able to keep it on private? If Tina wanted to make this public, she would have made it public. Holy shit.
Like they're still on good terms. No, they're not on good terms. I had a call with
Hive
Brad,
Mind TV
and
is a Detroit-based YouTube channel. I think that she shouldn't be in the industry.
was saying some very negative stuff about Tina. When Brad made that
video, this is really baby reindeer. Holy shit. It's important to note that we investigated that link and this was only a police instance related to the domestic stuff, not an arrest or warrant. Also, Vine is free.
Saying that he needed 10K, he made that video because Tina wanted money. What you need to understand is that Tina quit her job once Brad started to make money doing YouTube. And
ladies, it's the year 2025. Always be independent because men are stupid.
Because of all the controversy, the money stopped coming in. Brad basically told me that Tina wanted money because he was gonna take time off of work. She basically ratted him out and betrayed him because her source of financial income was gone. And then Brad says,
this is all clouded information by you leaking Brad's shit. I don't want to fucking know about this marriage falling apart.
I'm not gonna post about her or any breakup. Let her waste Hive Mind's money instead of mine. Also, when I had a call with him, he was...
Yeah, regardless, Tina was employed by him and he was committed to paying... Yeah.
Saying the R slur straight up. Goes...
God forbid he said retarded. Oh my god.
When I had a call with him, he was saying the R slur...
The R slur. He has the R pass. He also talked about saying edgy jokes to his dad and not knowing who he is anymore. Guys, he said an offensive joke to his parents in the privacy of their own home. Oh, the humanity.
Straight up goes along with the point I was making that, like, the person he is offline is very different from how we portray.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if he's like a fucking... Well, I mean, I guess if he's part of like... I was going to say I don't give a shit if he's part of the Ku Klux Klan. But honestly, if he is part of the Ku Klux Klan, that would be really funny. And I would have loved to know that. But it's just like, yeah, he's mildly more offensive in real life than he is on the internet. Oh my god. Cry me a river. Like, how many times have we seen that?
Himself. Apparently Tina was controlling his life for 5 years and turning his friends against him. But honestly, that's not even the craziest part of this all. That came when Brad sent me an audio message of him basically telling me that he met up with his old friend who's a sex offender.
What's up?
What does that even mean? It's like he's like he meets up with the what? Let me just hear this message.
Rose, I don't think you needed to do anything different. Rose, you are someone who is self-aware about their own actions and the consequences of which those actions brought. As far as I'm concerned, you're not crazy. You're not horrible. horrible. Yeah.
Brad, you're fucking. This guy's lost. It's over for him, man. I don't know what to tell you. Holy shit.
If it means anything, one of the people I came home to and met, the dude is now a registered sex offender who faced life in prison. And my other friend got in a drunk driving accident and was under house arrest and just got his ankle monitor off. So if you think you have it rough, the people I know in real life are far more dangerous than you can ever be.
Okay, well, when he said that, the monkey's paw curled. It curled, and he's like, Rose, you aren't that bad. And the finger went down like in Phasmophobia. It was like... Something to note, Brad arrived home, finding out one of his own friends is a sex offender. He had no prior knowledge. Yeah. Yeah, he didn't go to be like, I love hanging out with sex offenders. But Rose is trying to position it like he loves hanging out with sex offenders.
Brad really told everybody that he was going offline, and
Dude, this is like Keemstar in the fucking halfway house. We need to get Rose Mulet and Himpleton in a room together.
first thing he fucking does is goes and meets up with his old buddy who's a registered sex offender. You can't.
He didn't know. Like he got there and he's like, ah shit, you're a sex offender.
Can't make this shit up. And to all of you who said,
dude, Rose sounds like a 12-year-old. Dude, Rose has been waiting for a sex offender to sex offend her for years, man. And here's Brad just coming across one in the wild. You know how hard that is for Rose? She never leaves her house.
oh, Rose doesn't have anything. Do you still
How old is she? She's in her fucking 20s.
think that now? Do you? Do you really? And the people are mad at fucking me. They're mad at me. What the fuck? The
You met up with the sex offender without me. I know.
Context of this is obviously that I felt bad considering how much of a big deal was made out of him being friends with me. And it's like, okay, that message did its job, right? Because obviously there's people out there who are a lot worse than me. But
yeah, but we're not talking about them. We're talking about you. I know there are murderers out there, Rose. I know that. All right, but you're the one who got on Twitter and said that fucking rape is based. Like,
but at the same time, I'm just left here.
Also, yeah, I heard about Rose responding to Chris. Yeah,
thinking like, okay, why is the whole internet mad at me when?
Why do you think they're mad at you, you psycho bitch? God damn, I'm mad that you don't know how to furnish your room. Did you have to get the white sheets to match with your white wall, with your white room, with your white everything, and your white face? Damn, bitch, let's mix it up. Let's get some feng shui in here, okay? Jesus Christ.
There's other people to get mad at, you know? Like, I've made a lot of mistakes, but I'm not a sex offender. And if you're gonna get mad
yeah, you just think sex offenders are great.
At Brad for being friends with anybody, you should probably be that guy. You know? All I'm saying, get off my shoulders, okay? I've had enough of this shit.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
So I know you're probably thinking, Rose, why are you releasing this? So after I made my exposed video on Brad, me and Brad genuinely rekindled. Like, we actually became friends again. And I have proof.
Because Brad is dumb and doesn't realize that you're a fucking psychopath. Jesus. God, if this is... I'm sorry, if her room looks like this, I wonder what the rest of the fucking house looks like, alright? There's not a fucking anything anywhere in that home, alright? And then she has, like, the blandest white mac and cheese every day for every fucking meal.
Proof of this, too. On Brad's most recent video on his channel, where he's sharing a DJ mix that he made, you can hear my voice.
Okay, what is this shit? Get this shit out of here. Oh, God. White people music.
I sent him an unreleased song that I was working on, and he got really excited over us making a collab song together.
Oh, my God, dude. Dude, what's with this Rose Mulet Brad Taste collaborative piece? I'm waiting for the Brad Taste P. Diddy mixtape, bro.
Smell that rose? There's the undeniable scent of amazing music.
Okay, first, honey, I just want to say the fact that she uses Discord in light mode and has a white room and a white background and a white everything is fucking crazy. You notice that she has a white Discord? You notice she uses light mode?
And
She uses light mode.
he got really excited over us making a collab song together.
You smell that rose? There's the undeniable.
Why is the Discord in light mode? Huh? What's going on? Why is it in light mode? I could handle the rape apologist, but I will not handle Discord light mode.
Undeniable scent of amazing music.
You know what, Brad? I don't know what the fuck you think amazing music smells like, but it sure as fuck ain't that, all right?
In addition
Is it like one of those moldy cheeses where it's not like it requires like a cheese sommelier to enjoy or something?
to that, you can go on Brad's public chess.com profile, go to his recent games,
Why are you you are a stalker? Why are you looking at his chess.com profile?
and hey, look, there I am.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So yeah, now I know what you're thinking. Rose, if you rekindled your friendship with Brad, why the fuck are you posting this video then? Good
Dude, oh my god. Dude, this is like a fucking teenager, dude.
question. The answer is because I'm impulsive and I posted a little clip of the audio that he sent me. So, oops. Oopsies. And
Are you on drugs? Are you having a mental health episode? This is really fucking crazy.
at that point,
Dude, Rose Mulet is gonna comment like 40 times on this video, being like, you're being mean. Why. She's gonna just fucking ramble and ramble and ramble. Do it. Ramble. Guess what I'm not going to do? Check the comments. I'm not even gonna know that you did it until somebody in my chat sends it to me over fucking Discord, okay? That's how little I give a shit when you do comment.
I'm like, all right, well, I don't want people to speculate any further. Here's everything. Now, Brad is in rehab right now, so he is not watching this
Yeah, so he can't know that you're fucking just like airing all his dirty laundry.
video. He is not watching your response videos where you rip off everything that I'm saying here.
Oh, thank God you're not Diesel Patches. You're too looky. I don't even know what the fuck looky means, but if I had a nickel for every time somebody confused me with Diesel Patches, I'd actually be a millionaire.
I see you, Turkey Tom. New Brad situation is crazy. Nah, I see you, fuckers. Yeah, so, basically what
I think you're nuts. Turkey Tom could cover all the Brad taste he wants.
happened is we fully made up and, we became friends. And then I would, message him and he would, respond very weirdly. Like, this does not sound
When you update me about yourself, tell me you're doing better. I feel both joy and fear. Okay, this guy. I am wording everything through careful structures I am learning about in rehab, so please listen carefully to exactly what I say, and not what I don't say. When I tell you how I feel, and it makes you nervous, my brain perceives this as you trying to get me to smooth and calm you down. This makes me fearful and angry because, dude, oh my god. He went through one therapy session and he's already trying to, mend his... This is not the time for this conversation, Brad. Oh. Why? Meanwhile, this fucking lady is complaining about Turkey Tom talking about Brad Taste. Hey, Turkey Tom, DM me if you want a huge bombshell about Brad. Do I release this? The title reveals too much. Brad Taste in music, he's done. Brad Taste was arrested. Ugh. Are you fucking kidding me, Rose? Oh my god.
like something a real person says. And so I'm like, okay, what the fuck's going on? Because it was like days before, we were having conversations, we were playing chess, things were going great. And then as soon as he checks into rehab, it's like those people got to him.
No, it's not those people got to him. It's that like people who are professionals are like, she's not healthy for you. And he's trying to put some boundaries up.
Started whispering in his ear like, Rose Mulet's bad news, you gotta drop.
This lady, this is like the inverse rehab therapist. Rose is like the one that's like, you should do crack. You should do crack. I don't know why Rose became Nosferatu, but you should do crack, bad taste.
Proper. And he's trying to like let me down slowly because I know too much. I'm wording everything through careful structures I'm learning about in rehab, so please listen carefully to exactly what I say. What the fuck is that shit? What the fuck is that? Thank you for clarifying.
Dude, this is... I wish I had, like, manic episodes like this. I feel like you'd, like... I want to know what kind of, like, high that this lady is on. Like, what the fuck are they feeding her, dude? I want you to do crack, Brad taste.
I'm Rose, I cannot help you with that, unfortunately. And it's like, listen, I'm sympathetic that Brad is dealing with his own shit, right? And the thing is, Brad...
No, you're not.
Say what he wants. He knows that I'm fucking right about everything I'm saying. So,
Boss, you don't want manic episodes. Oh my god.
I basically respond to Brad and I'm like, hey, you know, you're being very unclear. Are we still friends or are we not? I basically say to him like, listen, I understand that you're dealing with shit, okay? If you don't want to talk
Rose for crack too.
talk to me, that's fine. I'll talk to you when you get out of rehab. And then he fucking takes me saying that as like some sort of manipulation. I'm just a very...
It is, because you want information from him. You view the relationship in a psychotic way.
Anxious person, right? He's giving me weird responses. I don't know if he hates me. So I'm like, hey, I just want to make sure that like when we got our rehab and stuff, we're still gonna like talk and be friends and stuff. And if we're not, just tell me openly, you know? Instead of whatever this weird shit you're doing.
Dude, I get it. She's actually living inside a show house. That's why her home looks like this. This is actually a show house, and she only has 12 minutes to record this video, okay? Because in a few minutes, a family that is doing a walkthrough is going to come in and be like, wow, what a beautiful room.
I say... I just interpreted that as, okay, you need some space at this time, and I get that, so I'm respecting that. I just want to ensure that when you do feel better, we'll still be able to talk, and you're not trying to burn a bridge. That's what I mean. Sorry I didn't communicate that well.
Arrested Development House, yes.
And then he says, when you say, I want to ensure that when you feel better, we can still talk, my brain interprets this as emotional manipulation instead of reflection.
I, like, you could take, if you got, like, a picture of this room without Rose in it, and then you keyed out Rose, right? And then you have it open up, and then Nosferatu comes out. Like in SpongeBob.
Or the conversation. I feel scared for even thinking that, and the repeated interpretation that this has me fearful and sad. Unfortunately, I fear that you won't be able to be calm enough for us to play chess or spend any time together. I want to be your friend, and when I feel clinged onto in any way, I want to run. Hey Brad, you expect all your fans to forgive you for your 64,328 mistakes and counting, but God...
Yeah, but like also the shit that Brad was like getting reamed for was kind of fucking stupid. And if Brad was just confident and put his foot down, he would have had no problems whatsoever.
Forbid I be
It's because he bent over and spread it that he was getting fucked by his audience.
A little insecure considering the fact that we've had a falling out like 3-4 times, and we managed to be friends again because I understand you in a way that nobody else fucking does, and you know it too. And then I reasonably get worried, like, you know, I wonder if this guy...
This is literally the final boss of Catholic guilt.
He's gonna hate me again. But you can't take that. You can't handle that. And then you basically tell me, it's over. Dude goes to rehab for one fucking day and thinks he's pretentious and above everyone else's mental illness.
Yeah, well, you know, your unaddressed mental illness and inability to work out your problems really speaks volumes to how much of a reasonable person you are. All right? At least Brad had the foresight to get himself inducted into fucking rehab. Meanwhile, you're sitting here in this fucking ugly ass room bitching about how he's trying to make his life better, you psychotic freak bitch. Holy shit.
Like, no. And let's be honest.
Oh, God forbid he try and get himself to be better. Oh my God. Rose, and you know, the thing is me saying these things about Rose is that she's just going to turn around and be like, well, somebody on the internet is saying something mean about me. Yeah, you reap what you sow. I'm sorry. You can sit down in the comments and talk about how I'm an asshole too, but like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm a piece of shit for making this video. I feel like a horrible fucking person. But it's a huge weight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I feel so bad. I'm the most affected here. Brad and I thought we were friends, and now he's going to therapy and improving his life and going to rehab, and all of a sudden he doesn't want to fucking talk to me anymore.
Lifted off of my fucking shoulders.
I'm sorry, Rose, but if your life is a constant roller coaster of ups and downs of insane dramas that keep happening and surrounding you, it's not everybody else that interacts with you. It's you. You're the common denominator in all these fucking problems. It's not anybody else. It's you. Every single time, it's been you. That's just the common denominator, okay? I don't know why the fuck you think it's everybody else, but it's you.
It's okay. I suck with keeping things secret.
Yeah, no shit, because you like to air it out on the internet so that way people can pay attention to you.
Suck with personal information. And you know what? All this shit made me realize something. Brad was never a true
You can't insult me because it'll just make me hard.
friend. Whenever I reached out to him about my own mental health issues, he was never there or receptive. And he never...
Because you were never presenting your mental health issues in a way that you actually genuinely wanted to get better or do, like, anything. Okay? Friends are not therapists. All right? That's what you were using them for.
Reciprocated the support that I showed him when he was dealing with shit. And the reason I fucking tolerated that...
You're literally one of those manipulative Discord fucks that doesn't want to improve their life at all, dude. Holy shit.
...is because of the power and influence that he holds. If you're not gonna be there for me when I actually need it, if you're gonna fucking ghost me when I confide to you that I'm fucking suicidal because of all the harassment that you threw my way, I'm not just gonna fucking forgive you.
Is Rose like just completely incapable of realizing that the things she said are actions that she took? Like I don't understand. You were the rape apologist, not Brad.
And I don't know why I did. And listen, I don't like contributing to fucking dog piles. I hate...
Oh my God, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
that this is coming out at the time that it is. I will say though, maybe it's a good thing that it's coming from me because like Brad said, y'all won't fucking believe me. I mean, it's all true, but what does it fucking matter? Maybe it's better that I'm the one saying the shit. That way when Brad gets out of rehab, it's all fucking out there and it's all fucking discarded anyway. And in case you're wondering, this isn't me hating on Brad, okay? I hate Tina equally. In fact, I probably hate Tina more. Tina fucking hates my...
Yeah, you hate Tina because you wanted to be the one to marry Brad, okay? This is obsession and hatred in a level that transcends reality to love. All right? Get the fuck out of here.
My guts, and I never spoke to her. I'm not gonna drag this out
You sound like a Keebler elf.
any longer. I'm just gonna give you the information and y'all can do with it whatever you will. All I'll say is, if you're friends with Brad, if you care about him, make sure he's doing okay. The last thing that I fucking want is for anything bad to happen. I just want to fucking get the shit off of my chest.
Oh my God, dude. I hate how she's like, I just want him to get help. Yeah, he's doing it. But it's not the help you want because it doesn't feed your ego.
And be done with it. I don't wish bad on him. I just wish he'd stop being hypocritical. That's all.
I warned Bradley of his problems. Did he listen?
I just let this whole YouTube thing just completely consume me. And I've not been really giving time to the things that are important, like, you know, college.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 8 times, am I a f***ing idiot? I must be an idiot.
So what's funny is with Rose, I know I did a video with her at some point. Controversial stuff happened, it ended up getting taken down. But I feel like just looking at how she's kind of interacted with me.
As Brad keeps growing his channel, I can imagine that over time, people will start feeling the same way about him that they felt before about ARTV.
It absolutely matters, sub count.
Oh, that chick? Nah, don't worry about that.
Yeah, Brad definitely has like this weird obsession. There's like small YouTuber syndrome.
The
where
people for HGTV must be like, damn, this girl taking forever. We have shoot in 5 minutes, we are on a time crunch.
Oh my god. Dude, they're doing extreme home makeover. They're gonna bulldoze the room she's sitting in 5 minutes. But yeah, Brad has that like insane, like, I don't know, there's like YouTubers who blow up really quickly and they get like this fucking like mental illness where they start to value sub numbers so much that it becomes like a political thing to them in a way, you know, where it's like, oh, the power games of YouTube. And I've been doing this so long that I don't have that, but it's like this weird psychosis that all YouTubers have. Sub number doesn't fucking matter. Okay, there's good people at every level, and there's bad people at every level. But the people that value sub number and then never stop doing that are crazy people.
But that's a lot of drama. Literally none of it matters. Like, it is like 2 years old, still holding a grudge over essentially nothing. It's clout. That's what it is. You know? Like, you can agree with me here, right?
I don't think Brad has the mental capacity to be a content creator. He should log off. He doesn't need to quit being a content creator, but he needs something else in his life to ground him. That's what I think. I mean, I say it a lot. I think a lot of people just do not have the mental capacity to do this as a full-time. And I think that's totally okay. And YouTubers have kind of like overly normalized the idea of doing this full-time. And I don't think it should be a full-time thing for a lot of people. I think it's okay for it to be a part-time thing. I think it's okay for it to be like a bonus, fun way to make money. Right? But too many people think of it as like the way to career success.
Literally not even worth addressing. I promise you.
Another thing I want to mention is because everyone assumes that, you know, my thing with Bradley was just for clout. Bradley, we definitely had a falling out, and it was pretty public. And the thing that hurts me the most is, like, I've talked a lot to Bradley. Like, he knows the kind of person I am. And at the time I made those really stupid tweets, he said, like, I know this isn't you, but this is really bad.
It all goes back to the rape apologist tweets, dude.
So I'm gonna have to delete the video. What about Bradley? I'm really glad that he's taking time off of YouTube to reflect on himself. I think it's great that he's working on some of his emotional problems. He generally seems...
It's like, I don't understand why, like, why are you like the sports commentator for Bradley's mental health episodes?
Like, he's gotten a lot better. I just hope he's okay. You know, as someone who's known you before this whole YouTube thing, you know, before...
It's not the content that's draining him, it's just Rose. Rose wishes she could drain him. This is the one we're going with? We're saying that Rose is in a, like, is longingly, like, in love with the idea of Brad.
It was ever about, you know, the money or the clout or anything. I just miss when it was just talking as friends. You know, we would...
Oh my god, she totally has a crush on him. Never mind. Never mind.
talk about music, we would play chess, and it was just fun. And I think a lot of the reason why I acted out the way I did was because I was scared I was losing a friend. Back when no one was there for me, you know, I was confining myself to Bradley in a way that I didn't really to most people in this community. The drama.
Oh boy, holy shit, oh my god.
A controversy happened in like late 2017. I tried contacting Bradley after that, and he kind of just like made it clear, he's like, you know, you're controversial, I don't want to talk to you.
Dude, she's still in a room that has nothing on the walls. Pick me, Brad. Pick me, not your stupid wife.
I don't want to associate with you.
If you haven't already, my channel should be down in the description. So check us both.
Oh my god, she is so fucking infatuated with the idea of this scrawny little dweeb, dude.
Both out. This is where I sign off. Yo, had a good time doing this. Peace.
This is from Rose Mulet. The subscriber count impact the way that people view your content.
And by the way, Brad said to me that he was okay with telling me this, knowing that this might get out eventually.
That's insane.
Tried being nice to him.
Gross. Oh my god. I am not surprised. And let's see what else is in here. Can I trust you not to leak it? Brad Tayson Music was arrested. Here's why. Let me know what you think. Watch the video. You said you wouldn't leak. I told you it was serious. Thanks. Not 100% sure if I'm releasing the video, but it's really good. People are going to be shocked. Okay. I want to point out that Rose and Brad are basically the gender swap of each other, and they both like look like they've given up. God. Check the comments on the archive channel. Is Rose here? Both these people suck. This video will be pulled by the blah, blah, blah. I can give you a rough... I don't want to hear Rose Mulet speak for 13 minutes. She is. Oh, here she is. You literally admitted to me that you only released it because you're mad we're still friends and didn't care when I told you the reason I never released the video because I was concerned about Brad's mental health. You're a horrible person. Those in glass houses. I posted it because he didn't know you were using information about him and spreading it behind his back, which is a slimy, scummy, and awful behavior. The only reason you're mad at me is because you're upset that you can't sue me like you threatened to. Dude, what is with these, like, glup shittos threatening lawsuits? Like, you guys are like welfare babies. I don't know what to tell you, dude. I don't know, Brad. You do. You showed 286 people this video, myself included, even people who you saw in random places. So I made it public because you posted about it. Even in the end of the video, you showcase that you have a massive history of making these videos. You did this, Rose. You're willing to harm him and made this while he was in rehab. You even asked people to convince Turkey Tom to leak it. I was sent the logs. Just stop. You need to stop. I'm disgusted by you. This is private info. He says while leaking my private video and making it private, the private info public. Like I said at the beginning of this stream, if I receive DMs and I am 3 people removed from it, and I know that random glup shittos have it, it is public, and I will post it online. Nobody cares, Rose. Your video was not private. Fucking playing traffic. You're sending it out to hundreds of people and asking people to leak it. You also leaked Brad's private info and private life. It's interesting to see you're deflecting this hard, Rose. You did this. Oh my God. Right, because the person leaking private info, you, cares about Brad's privacy. You're the person who made the video and sent it out to some 200 people. You always talk about taking accountability, but you're never willing to do it. I think it's time that you leaked this. You made it. You posted it. Yeah, she was leaking it. She was just hoping to pass the buck on to somebody else. That was it. But ultimately, it doesn't matter if this guy leaked it because the responsibility is on Rose, not on this guy. You leaked this, you made this, you posted this, you shared this, you teased this, you posted this in your Discord server. Oh, it's in a Discord server? Yeah, then it's absolutely public. A Discord server is not a private space. If you get a link to a Discord server, then it's public, and tons of those things are public. You use this for clout. Me, I'm just a guy reposting it. If Brad posts letting me know he saw it, I'll take it down. Are we going to see her response to Chris? Because I haven't. I don't have her response to Chris on hand, but let me look for it. She also sent a response to Falgi, which was really funny. Falgi, can I read this to the chat? I'm on the toilet watching this live, just letting you know. I hope it goes well in there. Good luck. Yeah, go for it. Okay. So Falgi streamed about this recently, and Lord knows the ops can't help but get their own ops. So this happened, and it is an email. Oh my god. If you do this, I will copy strike your channel without hesitation. Not only are you stealing my content and providing no value to it, but that video is kept private for a reason. And that reason is because he's fucking suicidal. And I'm very worried about him right now. Now, as are his other close friends. As soon as I found out that Brad was suicidal and how all of this was affecting him, I immediately deleted all copies of it and swore to never release it. And I obviously never have even made that video in the first place had I known that before. You are literally, you can't accept any fucking responsibility. You can't accept any responsibility. Holy shit. Guys, did you know that it's actually Falgi who is killing Brad Taste? Okay? It's like, do you have blood on your hands, Op Block, okay? You have blood on your hands, you sick fuck. You reacted to a video fucking Rose made. I've been working very hard behind the scenes to protect Brad and ensure this video doesn't get released. No, you didn't. You shared it to fucking tons of people. Other channels have wanted to cover this and decided not to because I stopped them. Because they still have a sliver of humanity left in them. Do you? I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all. Consider this email as a courtesy, my opportunity to reach out to you and give you a chance to do the right thing before acting. This will be the last act of courtesy I give. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, dude? Girl, you got no money. What are you gonna do? Do the right thing. If Brad fucking kills himself because of all this shit, the blood will be on your hands. It actually won't be on Falgi's hands. I'm sorry. If I am the reason somebody ends everything, their life was going worse before I got there, okay? Personally, Rose, I want the blood on my hands. I want a monument to all my sins. I want to be able to put the skulls of the people that died at my hand behind me and use them as trophies. I want to be like Venom Snake from the hit game Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Have you ever heard of it? It's this guy realizing that war crimes are really great and also collecting child soldiers. Except in the Phantom Pain, he doesn't actually collect child soldiers and have them fight. He actually rehabilitates them, and he's actually a really good guy. But that's because Hideo Kojima couldn't finish the game because the game is actually half finished because we spent a long time with Konami just breathing down his neck and ruining the game. This is just like Metal Gear Solid. Dude, she really is like Cypher telling Kazuhiro Miller to stop. Oh my god. Let's see. This is the absolute last thing he needs right now, and the reason you're deflecting and putting all the blame on me is so that you don't ever have to self-reflect and look in the damn mirror on just how evil what you're doing is right now. I'll say this. I realize that I am putting Brad's, like, bad day even to more eyes by streaming about this. But you made the video, okay? You did this. This is your fault, Rose. Fuck, I'm Miller. You're big boss. Fuck. Who is Brad Taste in Phantom Pain? Code Talker. He's Code Talker because he's hitting the booth. Let's see. I want you to really think about that. I want you to fully understand that this is your conscious choice you're making right now. You are choosing to value juicy drama over people's lives. You're a very dramatic young lady. You know that? You know how much this is hurting him? You are fucking nuts. This bitch is nuts. Somebody lock her up, dude. What the fuck? But you don't give a shit because you don't see him as human, as a human being. If he kills himself because of this, how are you going to feel about that? Or are you just not going to give a shit and move on to the next juicy drama without any care or regard for the people you've hurt? I've already lost one close friend to suicide. I don't want to lose another. Yeah, what was your role in that? What was your role in that? Did you play a more active role than you let us on? Like what was your role in this? FPS Diesel, the gooner who sold the world. My name for Diamond Dogs is actually Little Guys, okay? That's why it's Little Guys Incorporated, okay? We're soldiers without a nation, chat. I zoned out. Are you saying she sent this to Falgi? Yes. You're my nation, boss. God. You know how much this shit is hurting him, but you don't give a shit because you don't see him as a human being, blah, blah, blah. You're gonna just feel nothing about it. I already lost one. I don't want to lose another. Another thing, I better not see this email on Twitter as content for you. If you want to proudly announce to the world that you're a shitbag, that's your fucking problem to deal with. But any normal, decent human being knows what you're doing is wrong. Oh my god. Well, it's not on Twitter. Diesel, you need to make a Diamond Dogs like little guys patch for merch. That's a good idea. Another Rose meltdown. Chris, she sent this to Falgi. She sent an email to Falgi saying there's blood on his hands. Did you see her tweets quote tweeting me? No. Can you send them? I want to see them. Another thing, I better not blah blah blah. Knows what you're doing is wrong. I don't want to be involved in this, which is why I'm not talking about this publicly. Leave me alone and I'll do this. This was your fault, Rose. By the way, oh, bless Chris. Okay, so Chris says, "How the fuck does someone fuck someone up this much? He looks completely different now. Why are you making an eye relapse video and telling the internet, Brad? What the fuck? Can you leave him alone? He's literally suicidal thanks to you awful fucking people. Rose, I know the most about you. This is Rose. You are the biggest propagator of Brad bullshit. Okay? I know more about Brad because of you than Brad." Dude, Solid Snake is in the chat. Oh my god. Okay. What are you talking about? Nothing. Nothing's going on here. Nothing. I'm no hero. Never was. Never will be. It is an abuse tactic. She's trying to isolate him so she can have him to herself. Yeah. You'll tried to ruin his life because he took a photo with H3 and made a community post promoting me. We did not try to ruin him. We didn't care that he took a photo with H3. It was his audience that did. Okay? But, like, once Brad started acting an asshole, yeah, we found out about the community post about you, which was fucking, like, rude as shit, dude. Like, what the fuck? Dude, I need to make Outer Heaven, dude. Holy shit. That's what Little Guys Inc. is. It's Outer Heaven. Oh my god. What Brad needs is some people close to him who care about him. Like Rose. You ask me. There's no happiness to be found in death. No peace either. I'm leaving here alive. Oh my god. Thank you for your service, Solid Snake. I swear to God, I better not lose a fucking friend to suicide due to internet bullshit and people not giving a fuck about how they're hurting people. Dude, she's literally suicide baiting with other people's mental health. Like, I don't... Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Yeah, she's obsessed with him. She's like, she is obsessed with him. She is super obsessed with him. Holy shit. By the way, Rose Mulet, new video out now. I am not suicidal. Oh my god. To be clear, Rose faked her death with suicide by cop. Oh. How nice. By the way, Rosanna Pansino's Strongest Soldier. This is an hour-long video, Rose Mulet. You've got to be fucking kidding me.
I'm very surprised no one died, to be honest with you.
Yes, we're being denied.
Dude, Rosanna Pansino in the comments. Oh my god, great video. And because the discourse around Mr. Beast is so bad, there's like people like that have no idea who Rose is going, oh my god, great video. Great video. Great video. Mr. Beast is very bad. Okay? See, like, I'm sorry, you would, like, she's just gonna get all this sympathy from people that don't know that she's like a fucking psychotic, like, dog rape woman. Oh my god. Responding to Oompaville, exposing the truth. Dude, these videos are forgiveness, betrayal, moving on. Oh my god.
So Oompaville just decided to release this interview with me and many other contestants. The reason I'm even in that video in the first place is because I was in a group chat with people who admitted to lying about the interview and admitted that Mr. Beast sent Oompa their way. Basically, the Beast team was telling Oompaville to interview specific contestants.
Dude, this lady is such a security risk, dude. This lady is such a security risk. How did she get into these places?
I want to talk about some of the people he interviewed. That would be Anthony. By the way, I sent him these screenshots, and the dude is still in the video.
But I witnessed it. None of them really got hurt. And in a sense, they were really mad that they lost. They were cussing at us as they were walking.
This like this whole like conspiracy that like YouTubers are being paid off by Mr. Beast is like the most insane shit ever. I'm sorry. Like I understand that, you know, Jeffrey Epstein dying caused the world to become a little bit more kooky and believable to conspiracy theories. All right. But like, are you fucking kidding me? No, it's fucking true. Are you telling me that Mr. Beast paid off Oompaville? I got 10K from fuck you, Chris. I forgot who Chris is for a second. Yeah. What Chris said. I did actually. I forgot because I spent it on my brand new Cybertruck because Elon Musk is also paying me to spread fascist propaganda. So like, you know, first it was Mr. Beast, and then I used that to parlay with Elon Musk.
Now?
Yeah.
And they were calling us little bitches or all this other stuff. And they were, they were really angry. But I think it was because they lost.
What's the promised land when he runs out of people? It's real.
Beth. This Beth lady, she was in previous Mr. Beast videos before Beast Games, and I don't know if I can reveal too much, but she's still close with the company. Mia.
Yeah, Adrian Dittman is paying me. Yes.
Won $1.8 million. So I think it's so funny that they have the person who won a freaking island before me, and so the viewer is supposed to see the contrast between her story and mine and think that I'm the unreasonable one. Like, no, maybe
Revolver Ocelot is in the chat now. He's saying you're pretty good. Dude, we got Solid Snake, we got Revolver Ocelot in the chat. Like, dude, it's literally them.
the person who won an island is just maybe a little biased towards the show, you know? And then he mentions to the people after.
He said, Chris, if you talk shit about Jake Weddle and save the political prisoner Nathan Weddle, you'll be granted land beyond the horizon. Well, he told me I will be king.
You know, about the rope thing.
One person mentioned it, and then you look it up, and it's in a bunch of articles. Rope around their neck somehow, which I don't know how that's possible, to be honest.
I don't think that's possible. I want to.
Oh my god. Dude, and like, I feel like the stuff with Mr. Beast has gotten so wackadoo shit that it's just like everything that people say is the most outrageous shit ever. It's like, I get it, guys. We want to live in a world with all these conspiracies, but we just don't. And it's not that crazy. All right. Nathan Weddle praying to Chris and Ark. Nathan, one day we will save you from the FBI. Dude, what is going on with chat tonight? There's a bunch of these cartoon characters showing up. What the fuck? The Inside Job was a documentary. Dude, I'm literally gonna get fucking DMCA'd because of Rose Malay's fucking music on our channel. Wait a second. What? Karma's a bitch. Why I stopped editing for The Right Opinion? Rose Malay worked for The Right Opinion? Why is Rose everywhere, dude? How does she get everywhere? Watch that now.
Do not share this. This is probably not legal. If you share this around, you risk a lawsuit or whatever the consequences for pirating. All of these fonts are worth at least 16,000 euros. What's up, guys? My name is Rose Mulet, and I am officially working with The Right Opinion. Well, I was working with The Right Opinion. Let me explain. So a few weeks ago, I DM'd The Right Opinion on Twitter, asking him if there was a slot open for editing. To my surprise,
I'm so sorry, The Right Opinion.
There was. So I sent over a 1-minute sample of my editing. He seemed to like it, so I was officially hired. After this, I was let into a Discord and a Twitter group chat with all of the other Right Opinion editors. And shortly after, I was given my first ever editing role for The Right Opinion. I'm actually working on a super secret project with a larger YouTuber. And don't worry, I'll reveal all the details about it when the video I'm working
Your
on
zipper get lower, SMHO.
does go on his channel. The video that I was working on hasn't been released yet and probably won't be released for another month or two. I know that some people watching this are going to be skeptical. I'm sure some people may think that I'm making this whole thing up, which I completely understand from an outsider perspective. So because of that, I will be linking you the script.
What the fuck? Dude, it's in chat today.
To the video where I was supposed to be an editor with. In the script, you can clearly see that there are sections marked with my name on it, and I'll even play you a short clip of a segment that I edited for the upcoming video.
They compromised the premise of the Dan Plan channel, which was this bunch of friends getting along and having a good time. Dan Plan was a sort of channel that in people's minds, they wanted to imagine and envision that they were supporting good people.
Now, the visuals you just saw will not be used in the final video because of the drama I had with James. However, the audio will be used in the final cut of the Right Opinions video. So this all happened back in March when I was assigned to edit a specific part for an upcoming write opinion video. And for the past few weeks, that is pretty much all I've been doing because I really wanted to impress James. This was my first ever video editing for him, and I guess I really wanted to prove myself. Anyway, everything seemed to be going pretty well for about a month or so. In fact, just the other day, James messaged me on Discord wanting to make sure I was
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait.
Wait, everything seemed to be going pretty well for about a month or so.
Is Tro's name out there? Yeah.
In fact, just the other day, James messaged me on
Hope it's going okay. Working on it right now. I'm almost done. Sorry for the delay. Not a problem at all. Heard you deactivated on Twitter like myself. Wanted to check in. Okay. Had some people's fake screenshots of me saying awful things. And even though I debunked it, people still believe it. I figured it's best for me to stay offline because Twitter hasn't been good for my mental health. Oh, I never said that I was a fan of rape. Those are fake tweets. Dude, the evil Keebler elf. Sounds rather unpleasant, but it sounds like you made the right decision.
On Discord, wanting to make sure I was
I've been dealing with this kind of stuff for a while. Twitter can be addictive for me and not very productive.
okay because I deactivated my Twitter account. We actually both deactivated our Twitter accounts around the same time. We had a nice chat about that. But then literally the next day, I get a message out of nowhere from James. So, I'm curious and I start reading this. And so he says, "Hi Rose, I'm going to try to keep this relatively brief, but some comments of yours have come to my attention. These are in serious conflict with my personal values and I cannot continue to work with you, so I'm including our business here. I am aware that some of your content may be trolling oriented, but it doesn't change my feelings. I am sorry that I was not aware of this incompatibility sooner, and I know you recently mentioned your relationship with social media. I would urge you to reconsider how you approach it. With that said, I have no issue paying you for the work that you've done, though I doubt I shall be using it in my final upload."
Good. All of this is like appropriate and responsible considering what she said.
This concludes my correspondence. My thoughts are final. And so I basically respond by saying that, is there any way
Yeah, he's being generous calling her a troll. Yeah.
can talk about this, maybe give you a little bit of context.
Oh, can I give you a little bit of context? I just said that rape is cool.
Basically ask for the specific screenshots that he was sent, just so that I know, what he's talking about. And I tell him that I deleted my social media a few days ago, this being one of the reasons. The goal was purely to focus on my YouTube content and to steer away from controversy. And I mentioned that I had been involved with some drama in the past with other creators, and I've been trying to avoid that and to move on.
I sent you treasures and DMs. Okay. Yeah, this is a result of the work from Cope and Seethe, A-logging Rose. Why are the police at my parents' door? Pray for me. Holy shit, I'm being arrested. I'm being arrested for a tweet. Lamau, is this real life? Oh my god, he's gonna shoot me. The door, he's got it. Me in a life and death situation tweeting, this will be a banger. Wild. Rest in peace, Rose Mulet. Hi, this is Rose Mulet's family. We just received a call from the police that Rose Mulet has just died. We ask you to please be respectful at this time as we mourn the loss of our daughter. In remembrance of Rose Mulet, account run by family. What is Margaret Mulet? Thank you, Ruby Official, for reviewing my daughter Rose Mulet's music. She said she's bad things in the past about rape and trans medicine, but she deserves a 7th chance or so. Thank you for using your platform to support her. I don't think this is Rose's mom. That's Rose using her mom as a sock account. Dude, I can't. Damn it, Diesel, get a grip. Thanks, Otacon. Sorry. Otacon's telling me I need to lock in. What the fuck? Whichever one of you is doing that, this is a great bit.
To become a better person. And I tell him that this is impossible if nobody gives me that chance. I say this was going to be something positive.
No one should give you that chance, not because of Like your horrible comments about consent are one thing, but the real issue is that you can't keep anything secret. What bit? Yeah, sorry, that's the real Otacon.
it for me. I've been working on this video for weeks now. If this has been an issue for a while, why didn't you mention anything to me sooner? I'm not doing this for the money, so I'm okay with not being paid. I won't be requesting the money. I'm just upset that all the work that I put into this video won't be used and that this will all be for nothing. So
No. You just he's gonna pay you and you're gonna fucking walk away. Like, you are insane.
James responds to me with the specific tweets that he's seeing that is causing him to not want to associate with me. So I'm looking through these tweets. There's one where I say, I can't date a guy who's
I'm not biphobic. I just couldn't date a guy who's attracted to men because I'm a trans woman, and I need to be sure whoever's dating me is dating me because I'm a female. If I wasn't trans, I wouldn't care.
attracted to men because I'm a transgender woman, and I need to be sure that who's ever dating me.
This is a response to something, so there's definitely a part of this that is way more offensive.
Is dating me because I'm a female. Essentially, because I'm trans, I would feel weird about somebody attracted to guys dating me because I wouldn't want anyone to be attracted to me for anything other than a female. I guess I can
But it just sounds like you're trying to exclude bisexual people on the basis of their bisexualness.
understand why that comes off as like biphobic to some people, but it's really not. It's just a specific insecurity that I've had over being trans. I just want to make sure the person attracted to me is attracted to me because I'm a woman. Personally, I don't really see anything objectable within this tweet, but you're allowed to interpret it however you like. So the second
I feel like she's being a picky, choosy person with this. I feel like she's hiding something in that tweet. I feel like there's something
I made because I was getting a lot of criticism on Twitter
we don't have
by these accounts that in their profiles would say that they are autistic and queer. So essentially, I just made a tweet.
Remember that tweet I made about only autistic queers having an issue with me, and y'all got mad at me and tried to deny it? I love it when I can pull out the receipts to this, like, yeah, I was right. I guess I should add disabled to this list as well. I feel like she's deliberately passing over, like, the insane tweets. I mean, she did die in a shootout with a police officer, so...
pointing this out. And again, I understand how, this can be taken the wrong way. I really didn't mean any harm by this tweet. I know it's not exactly the best look, and I apologize for that. But again, I wasn't, being hateful or bigoted, although I can understand how that could be misconstrued in that way. This is the last one, and the one that James seems to have the most issue with. This is a tweet of me trolling and tweeting at Dr. Phil. And James knows that this tweet is a troll, but in his eyes, if I'm working with him and this is the stuff I'm posting, he just does not want to be associated with that, which I can understand to some extent, but in reality, it really is just a joke. And by the way, at the time he said this,
yeah, I get her fear, right? I get her fear, but it also does sound like she's implying they're just chasers.
to me, all of these tweets were deleted because I deactivated my social media. Nobody really would have found these. I hadn't been on Twitter and I had no plans of returning to Twitter. Maybe I would understand this more if I hadn't deleted my Twitter. Obviously, I'm not a saint, but if I'm being honest, I don't really see that much objectable within these tweets. But maybe I'm wrong. I mean, let me know how you guys feel about them. And so then he says, when I credit my editors, I want to be able to generally endorse them too. And if that's not the case, then I have a problem. And regarding my tweets, he says, it's terrible optics. It's content that I'm really unhappy with, and I have not the slightest clue why you tweeted that stuff. Might be trolling, might not be, but it's not something I can
definitely left out the more objectionable stuff. He sent a lot of receipts.
Work with. I never hid anything from James. So like my Twitter has always been open. I've DM'd him from my account. It's not like, I've been trying to hide this fact from him or anything. That's not the case at all. Besides me not making stupid tweets, I think the best thing that could have been done is James could have done a little more research about the people he was hiring. I really think that, before you hire,
he definitely should have done more research because he shouldn't have hired you in the first place.
somebody, you really should look into, their past and look into the kind of person they are. Otherwise, you could end up in a situation like this where, you're already pretty much done with a project and you have to cancel it because you don't agree with some of the
Rose Mulet has been the most vocal dead person I've ever, heard from, dude.
Social media posts that this person was making. And honestly, I really do think the tweets that he mentioned were pretty tame, but I just want to be perfectly clear. If James doesn't want to work with me, that's 100% his decision to make. I have no issue with him choosing to do this. I'm a little upset about the timing and the way he did it. It just really sucks that this all happened after I'd already been working on this for weeks. It really isn't a good situation for anybody. I think both of us are coming out of this, learning a lot from the experience. And so he says he's going to end contact with me because that's ultimately what he has to say. The tweets aren't good and the videos on you are pretty discomforting. And yeah, there are some YouTubers who have made videos
Canceling Rose Mulet. Why I'm deleting one of my videos. Oh my god.
videos about me, specifically the Nate is lame video. Had you done your job and just looked into me, looked into the person you were about to hire, none of this would have happened.
I know I've been offensive on the internet, but this is actually other people's fault.
Saying that this is all your fault, because it's obviously not. I shouldn't have made those tweets. They were bad decisions. But again, I personally wouldn't have assumed that that was an issue. Had I thought that this would have been an issue going into this, I obviously would not have accepted the role. I find it unfortunate that due to my tweets that you think we are incompatible to collaborate, but again, that's your decision, and there's really no point in arguing that. If you think I'm controversial and you don't want to work with me, that is fine.
Rose Mulet getting in with all these people is the biggest failure in the hiring procedure of people I've ever seen.
That is your decision. However, I do find this a bit funny coming from a guy who built his entire following from making videos like cultural appropriation is good, cringe.org, gay pride.
These are really old videos.
YouTube's bad idea. Subscribe to black creators.
This is definitely not what those videos have content of. Okay, Tro has always been a pretty fucking PC guy. I have a feeling that those videos are like the bait and switch type thing.
People are the new white people. Cringe.org, women's rights, white privilege.
Cringe.org, women's rights.
Blame and denial. The fatal flaw in Black Lives Matter. Here's a
dude, this is definitely
video of him making fun of a transgender woman. This is a Muslim woman who is a women's rights activist and civil rights activist. This video could easily be mistaken for a Paul Joseph Watson video. I don't even know what this one's supposed to be. And of course, there's a BuzzFeed rant. And then there's a few others that I'm going to be flashing through the screen real quick. Again, I just find it a little funny that this guy who built his entire YouTube career off of being politically incorrect is refusing to work with anyone who has even—
Yeah, he didn't. The reason Tro's career popped off is because he started doing 4-hour-long retrospective historical drama videos.
A slightly politically incorrect take on Twitter. Again, I'm certainly not a saint, and I don't—
I had a slightly politically incorrect tweet. You know, that was it. I was just being a little anti-PC by saying rape is fine.
claim to be. However, I'm not gonna lie, I do think it's a bit hypocritical that you're holding all of your editors to this high standard, expecting all of us to have a squeaky clean image when you certainly don't have one yourself, which is exactly why I deleted all of these videos. Luckily, I was able to find an archive of them. I've been a subscriber of yours for a long time now. I'm well aware of the audience you were trying to attract when you originally started your channel. Really, I think this says it all. I hope—
Oh my god, 8 to 9 years ago, everybody was being like anti-PC and it was like really popular. Yes. It's almost like times change and so do people. Unlike you, you've stayed completely the same. A piece of shit the whole way through. Amazing how little you've changed, actually.
Nothing against you for the content you used to make. We all grow and evolve as content creators. However, you are displaying this holier-than-thou mentality, despite the fact that you have a very questionable past that you seem to be hiding from all of your fans. I think it's very shady of you—
Shut up! The police shot you!
to delete all these videos and just hope that everyone forgets about them. Also, this is common behavior for James. James originally made a video on the Pro Jared accusations. However, as soon as Pro Jared's response came out debunking the accusations, James immediately deleted his original video, said he was going to make it—
because he fucked up. And so he corrected the record and took it down.
updated video, but never did. That was a lie. He also deleted another video, but I am not aware of the situation and I'm not going to pretend to know about that. Anyway, I'm going to slightly shift gears here.
I definitely saw rags.
And I'm going to talk about my experience working for The Right Opinion as an editor. I thought that everything was pretty well organized. I thought everything was clear. I was sent a starter pack for
I respect that you don't want to work with me, but here's a hit piece in response.
tools to use for editing for The Right Opinion's videos. I will be linking this in the description below. This starter kit includes some questionable things. There are some transition packs that I assume have been downloaded illegally. I'm pretty sure it is a crime to share these kind of purchased items. I never downloaded any of them. I'm sure other people did. I just didn't feel right doing that. The reason I question if they're legal or not is because there is a specific section that says 16,000 euro worth of fonts. So here's a document saying that these fonts were illegally downloaded and that you shouldn't share this because this is piracy. I do not condone piracy. I did not download these fonts. This is
oh
another—
my god, you don't condone piracy? Cringe, cringe, cringe.
shady thing that I think James is trying to sweep under the rug. Again, the people who make these fonts, the people who make these transition packs, these are people who are trying to make a living. It's the same kind of thing as someone stealing—
I'll tell you this as somebody who's purchased a lot of transition packs. A lot of these fucking guys are just taking somebody else's transition pack, putting it in a new package, and then reselling it as theirs. There's a lot of people on like Envato Elements that are not selling their transitions. They are selling somebody else's that they stole. It has been a cyclical cycle of randos on the internet reselling transition packs. Okay, do you know how many times I've clicked on a transition pack and it's filled with all just the same materials? What the fuck, Senator Armstrong? Nanomachine, son. They harden in response to physical trauma. You can't hurt me, Diesel. And I will say, fonts are pirated quite a bit. I literally, like, I don't know somebody who doesn't. You have all pirated a font before. 110%.
YouTube video. I just think this is very morally questionable behavior, and I don't stand for it, and I think people deserve to know about this. Anyway, I could be forgetting a few
No, you're just maintaining this position of anti-piracy because you're trying to, like, look like a bigger person.
things. I had a very interesting experience. A criticism I would have is that there are just so many editors that the whole experience can feel very impersonal. At times, you just feel like you're another cog in the system, abandoned in the sea of a bunch of other talented editors.
247 celebrates 15 months
Axis
of
gets
membership.
it. He's pirated.
Overall, regardless, I felt like this was a relatively positive experience. And although it didn't exactly end well, I mostly enjoyed my time editing for The Right Opinion, as I do find editing to be pretty fun. As for pay, if you consider the amount of time
I will never pay for a font. You couldn't torture a payment from me. Sorry, typographers.
each of these editors is spending editing this content, the pay is well below minimum wage. Then again, you have to consider the fact that he has to pay 10 separate people, but you're not making enough money for this to be financially sustainable. You cannot go into this thinking that this is a job. I decided to edit for The Right Opinion as a passion project. I didn't do
Okay, I will tell you this. If you are a fast editor, you make above minimum wage easily. If you are not a fast editor, you do not make above minimum wage. But that is completely dependent on how fast you can edit. If you edit fast, you make lots of money. All right, and it's really easy to edit
Is she
fast.
accusing TRO of criminal theft of fonts and editing tools because he doesn't want to work with her anymore? This woman is insane.
Yes.
2D Trash TM celebrates 16 months of membership, pirates fonts in front of you. Laughs about it.
Many such cases. Typographers make the money from businesses wanting to use their fonts commercially, and I just want the ship post so I don't feel bad.
do it for the money. However, a lot of people are doing it for the money. A lot of them are broke college students looking for extra cash. Before we go though, I just want to know what you guys personally think. I just want to hear your opinions about this. This has been something that's been on my mind ever since James messaged me on Discord yesterday telling me that he was done working with me. I've just been dying to get this off of my chest. If you guys like this video, please subscribe to my channel.
The moment never returns, Diesel. Let's not waste it on idle questions. Dude, I have the entire cast of Metal Gear Solid here tonight.
I've been working really hard with these videos. James, if you're watching this, I really hope you do address some of the criticisms that I've mentioned here. Hopefully there's no bad blood between us and maybe we can work together in the future. Anyway.
Yeah, that is an insane thing to say, you fucking psycho. Of course it's gone.
Some guy named Trevor celebrates 3 months of membership. Tell us about the la lulalo.
Dude, all the folders and stuff are deleted. I can't get 1,000 fonts. I can't get 1,000 fonts. She took it down.
Hey guys, it's Mulet. Let's talk about The Right Opinion.
What's up, bitches? Some people call me James, but to you, it's Daddy.
Trust me, I thought I was done last time, but there was just so much that's gone on behind the scenes that I just had to make another video. So I recently just watched The Right Opinion's new Dan Plan video, the video that I originally edited for. And if you saw my original video about this topic, you know that there was some big behind the scenes drama regarding that video. Hi Rose, some comments of yours have—
Dude, she does this all the time. Oh my god. Dude, Ben Shapiro. Yeah, big drama. Tro, I don't want to be a part of your video because my beliefs don't align with each other. I'll still pay you though. You want to be a part of some drama because you're salty and greedy. The reason we forgive Tro is because he made an effort to change. Your Twitter was just banned. It's funny that you say that you aren't the same person anymore, but in the last video, you openly defended your tweets and hard to comments from people who did the same. Nice crocodile tears and emotional music, by the way. 4 years ago, chat. 4 years ago, doing the same shit, dude. Oh my god. These videos are why he doesn't want you to edit for him. Yeah. Wow.
Come to my attention. These are in serious conflict with my personal values, and I cannot continue to work with you, so I'm concluding our business here.
And it looks like James kind of low-key addressed it at the end of the video.
I hope this video sees the light of day eventually. Might take a while.
But he didn't really address it. Anyway, so I was watching the video and
Might take a while. I mean, it's just a big video.
I knew going in that someone was going to replace my edits. I was just curious, who was going to edit my part and how it was going to look. And then I watched the video, and the person who took my role as an editor for the video was Nate Lane. Keep that name in mind.
Oh my god. The YouTuber who made a video on you subbed in as an editor. Holy shit. Get mogged on.
It'll become important later. And just to prove that we edited the same part, here's a side-by-side comparison of my edits and Nate's edits on the same parts of this video. As you can see, it's very clear that me and Nate are both editing the same part and that Nate was the one that took my role. Why do I care that Nate Lame is editing my part? Who is Nate Lame? Why does this matter? First of all, Nate Lame is a big YouTuber. He has about 250,000 subscribers, and he is not an editor for The Right Opinion. I was in The Right Opinion's Discord server. He wasn't there. The Right Opinion has about 80 different editors. Most of these editors are struggling with money and take on this job to help make their ends meet.
A lot of people
are you fucking... This lady is such a fucking fake-ass motherfucker. Holy shit. I'll tell you this, guys. I think a lot of people think YouTubers are rich, and I've always said, like, the difference between a YouTuber who's fucking loaded and a YouTuber who's broke is very high, right? I've heard it said before, YouTubers are famous, they're not rich, right? You can have all the clout in the world and still be broke. Some of these fucking channels make no money, all right? I'm primarily a streamer now. I don't make any money doing main channel videos, but, like, the videos I make are much bigger now. But they make no fucking money, okay? I haven't, like, I haven't recouped the cost on one in months. But, like, I don't know why she's thinking that, like, The Right Opinion is just, like, fucking oozing money out his butthole.
people are doing it for the money. A lot of them are broke college students looking for extra cash.
Nate, however, has a very different motive. Take a look at Nate's intro and tell me if you see a hidden message. I'll pause the video so you can see it more clearly. As you can see, Nate drew a stick figure with the words tainted meat on it. And you might be thinking, why is this important? Why does this matter? Because tainted meat isn't just any old phrase. It's a phrase that Nate uses in his videos directly to refer to me. Now, I know what you're thinking. Tainted meat doesn't mean anything. Maybe it's an inside joke. It's not referring to you. Well, actually, it is. And these clips speak for itself.
Rose Mulet took these tainted videos and then she broadcast them to the whole world. We gave her the meats and they were tainted. Tainted meats. I hope that this video and the phrase tainted meat come back to bite you down the road. I hope tainted meat serves as a reminder to your desperation. Tainted meat, tainted meat, tainted meat. Piss off, Rose Mulet.
You can clearly tell that Nate created the term tainted meat to specifically refer to me. And if that's on
Damn, you are so fucking mocked right now. Holy shit, dude.
not for you, here's Nate Lane making very clear the specific use of the term.
I hope the creators see this before they decide to work with her or engage with her in any kind of discourse whatsoever. And I encourage you to watch and ensure that she doesn't start pursuing these other larger creators. If you do
Lewis McClung, is that you?
to catch her in the act doing this, I just want you to remember these two words, tainted meat.
In his eyes, me editing for The Right Opinion is this big manipulation, this big master plan of mine. When in reality, I just
Yeah,
want
you
to
were always planning to fuck over The Right Opinion, because that's what you do with everybody.
opinion because I thought he was a cool content creator and I liked his videos. I wanted to be
Shut up, you're lying. Fuck you.
them. I thought it would have been a really cool experience, and it was. For
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
the most part, I had no ulterior motive. I just wanted to do
Yes,
the
you did. Don't even. Stop it. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
same job that everyone else did. I earned the job fairly. My work met the quality criteria for James. Nate Lane just doesn't like the fact that I'm working with a large content creator and will do anything in his power to stop me from having this opportunity.
Yeah, I'm sure Nate really, like, he spends his nights just thinking about you. I'm certain of that.
That being said, The Right Opinion is also very well aware of this. As I said in my previous video, The Right Opinion has actually messaged me confirming that he saw the Nate Lane video on me.
And so he says he's going to end contact with me. The videos on you are pretty discomforting. And yeah, there are some YouTubers who have made videos about me, specifically the Nate is Lame video.
In fact, I'm led to believe that this beef is the very reason why The Right Opinion
You literally accused him of thousands of dollars. She was... Diesel, did you know that she was in love with Onision? What? What?
chose to hire Nate Lane to replace my part, despite the fact that James has many editors that would be more than happy to take my
So true, Kazuhiro Miller. Why are we here? Just to suffer. So true.
place. The problem is that I didn't have any proof for this.
How is Lewis McClung's redemption coming along, by the way? Okay, let me say this. I honestly, at the way that it's gone, I feel like honestly, it's probably better to just never apologize ever if I have ever seen anything ever, right? It's like Lewis McClung apologizes, he addresses what needs addressing, and then he says he's gonna improve. The Dream video is not fucking phenomenal, but it's not like the worst fucking thing ever. more time goes on, his newer videos don't create those errors that happened in the past. So he gets a little better, right, as time goes on. He's doing the thing that was expected of him. Lewis relies on this as full-time income, which I think is an issue for him personally, right? And then, you know, like, he's not going to stop uploading because of that position he's put himself in. And he kept going on streams and going on, like, the shit with creators to, like, apologize and, like, apologize and apologize and apologize. And it's just like, I get why he's doing it, and he really does genuinely feel bad. But it's almost amazing how Cataclysm has gone back to doing the same shit she did before, not apologizing and girl bossing right into the sunset. And it's just like, this guy's like trying to do better, but it doesn't fucking matter. It almost seems like he should have just been an asshole the entire time. And that's probably not the answer to this, right? But it's just like, what the fuck that... His problem is that he came out of the gate swinging way too hard with his opinions when he did no research. He does not have the skill set for commentary. Let's be real. Nobody has a skill set for commentary. It's a made up set of skills. Okay. Because really the ultimate like end of commentary is just like some guy giving their fucking opinion. The only thing is that they expect the opinion to be fact. Commentary has veered more into being like news. So it's like, you shouldn't get the basic shit wrong. Right. That's really it. And that's all Lewis really needs to do. And it's a skill that takes time. And he could definitely learn it. But honestly, I think the kid's going to lose his career. I think his YouTube channel is not going to be able to sustain his income. He's not going to be able to keep doing what he's doing. He's going to have to find a real job. I mean, YouTube is a real job, but he's going to have to find something like in real life. I have approximate knowledge of many things, commentary channels. Jar doesn't have a skill set for commentary either, and yet he did it for a very long time. Very long time. Right? But it's just like, if he's going to keep going on to like apologize and re-apologize, it's like, you got to just throw your hands up and be like, well, I guess this is it. Right? You guys know, if you've ever played Disco Elysium, I know I reference it all the time. You know the version of the detective that you can play that's the sorry cop, right? And the sorry cop is like the caricature of a guy who's always apologizing for his past mistakes forever, right? It's like, instead of internalizing and moving on, the sorry cop dwells on the fact that they make a mistake. Yeah, but I always reference the racist guy quip, right? But the sorry cop like talks about what they did wrong and constantly is apologizing for it and never moving past it, right? It's like, they're not getting better. They're just making everything worse for themselves as like penance for being bad rather than moving on, right? And that's what I see with Lewis, is like, he realizes he did wrong and he wants penance. And then he's like undoing himself to do that penance and apologize over and over repeatedly, right? So I see it happening. Like, I know Pumpkin Gentleman just did a video response, which, by the way, I know Lewis fucked up that video horribly, and it's insane how bad he fucked that up. I definitely still think if you're an ACC fucker, something's wrong with you. So I don't know what the fuck is wrong with Pumpkin Gentleman, but there's definitely something. But it's just like, Lewis is just the sorry cop, right? And he's just constantly doing that. And it's just like, we know you're sorry. Just put your axe to the grindstone and sharpen it, you know? So it's just like, it almost feels like cyclical. Just, it feels like he's stuck apologizing over and over. And a part of it's very, I don't know, I guess I would say part of it's kind of pathetic. But then also part of it's just like, great, okay, well, I guess it'll all fall out. Yeah, saying sorry so much it annoys people, basically. Yeah. That's a good way to just quantify it. I'll also say that I don't know, out of watching that drama unfold, it almost makes me upset that Katie Clism was such a much more malicious actor in that for her to walk away with everything still is kind of fucking impressive. And awful. I don't know. I get why commentary focused on Lewis, but I feel like it's a complete failing of it. I feel like it's a complete failing of like this genre of content to not, like, Katie Clism was barely even a part of the discussion after her video, but Lewis has been a continual discussion since his video. And it's just crazy that Katie Clism is allowed to just be like a shitbag. And I'm sure she'll be super successful. And then we'll all find out years later how fucking bad she is, the same way we did with I'm Alex. I think a lot of people were expecting Lewis to be the Alex. I think it's Katie. He is a lolcow gene, though. If you apologize all the time, yeah, you can't help but step away from it. Like I said, he just needs to put his like axe to the grindstone. I think the lolcow gene needs to be a bit more dramatic than just anything else, right? Like, it needs to be a little bit more than that. Like, Rose is like, there's like a flair for the dramatic there. I think he'll figure it out. I think Lewis will figure it out too, but I think he's gonna have to lose everything. I think he'll lose everything before he gets better. And I don't want to see that happen to him, but that's just the reality of what's gonna happen. He'll lose it all. I watched a call out from her on a small channel, but I haven't seen much else. Well, the tastemakers of the entire drama didn't really care. You know, I'm sure there's much more damnable stuff in Katie's channel, but she's so insufferable. I think a lot of people don't even want to deal with it. But yeah, I figured people would ask anyway, because I keep seeing him do it. I know he's gonna make another fucking video addressing the drama, and it's just like, you're being the sorry cop. Stop being the sorry cop. That's all I can say, you know? Nobody likes a sorry cop.
So I messaged a friend of Nate Lame. We both had a feeling that something was going on, so I asked him to get a confirmation from Nate himself. And sure enough, he delivered. Not only do we have proof that this is the case, but we also have proof that the right opinion isn't exactly being honest about the reason why he fired me. In fact, the reason why James fired me in the first place was because of Nate Lame. And Nate Lame even admitted to this. Quote, he's openly admitting that he did it in spite and that he was the one who tattled on you to Tro. And I respond, so he's the reason I lost my editing gig. And Nate
Dude, I tell other YouTubers when there's like really bad problem people that are like in their chat or like modding for them, because I don't want people to end up on the receiving end of some stupid bullshit. Like, if you went to go work for a friend of mine, Rose, I would tell that friend and be like, do you know who Rose is? Are you willing to take that risk? And ultimately it's their decision, you know, but I hope they'd make the judgment call, you know? Fuck.
His friend responds with, yeah, he's saying he's the reason. He was the one that showed Tro your—
People who've already made up their minds about him aren't going to change their minds after the 5th apology, you know? Yeah, well, the thing is, he was so fruity and left-leaning, the opinion was already made up from the moment he opened his mouth.
tweets, and obviously Tro wasn't happy with what you said. So there we have it. This is 100% confirmation that Nate Lane was conspiring behind the scenes with the right opinion to get me fired from my editing job because of the drama that we've had in the past. Now, regardless of how you feel about me, this is very sketchy behavior. It's incredibly shady and incredibly petty behavior on both Nate and James's behalf. But anyway, if that's not enough proof for you, I have—
Hold on. I just received something. I don't know what that is, but I'm not playing that person who sent that to me. I don't know what that is, but I am not clicking on it.
DMs coming directly from Nada's Lame himself proving this. Here's what he said. Tro messaged me after hiring her and discovered she's homophobic. He took issue with it because he's gay. He's referring to some of my old tweets from 2016 and 2017. These tweets were awful and disgusting, and there is no excuse for them. However, as I said in the last video, James doesn't exactly have a squeaky clean image from that time either. In fact, a lot of the responses I got defending James in the last video were because his old edgy videos were from years ago, and that didn't reflect who he was today. James made those videos years ago. They were edgy videos, but he's reflected on them and he's changed. I made edgy tweets years ago. I've reflected on them and I've changed. So my question
No, you haven't.
was this. If you can forgive James, why can't you forgive me? We both learned from those experiences. Now, also keep in mind that in the messages where James was telling me why I was fired, nowhere does he bring up any homophobic messages. James was very shady about how he did this, and he was hoping I wouldn't find out about this. But however, what James did is he took some of the tweets that I made more recently and used those
When
as
are you playing more Dustborn? I miss it. It'll be one of the streams this week for sure.
a mask for the real reason why he fired me. Because I think James knows that if he said he fired me over tweets that I made years ago, that would look bad. Especially knowing that he said very controversial things years ago as well. So in order to avoid looking like a hypocrite, he decided to take some of the more edgy tweets that I made recently and made it seem like those were the real reason why I was fired when they were not. Also, the fact that he's firing me for being homophobic is kind of silly because one, I'm transgender. And that's not to say that trans people can't be homophobic. The reason I made the tweets that I did was because growing up as a transgender woman, I had people falsely assuming that I was gay when I never was. To add to that, I spent most of my adolescence growing up on a website filled with gay men. And on this website, I was groomed, I was abused, I was manipulated, all of these horrible things.
Oh
now, of
my
course,
God.
this is not an excuse for all the things I said.
I
Those
don't want to hear all of your history again, Rose. We've all been here. We know you have like a weird relationship with sex. Yes. Jesus Christ. It's like every fucking week with this lady. Fucking kill me. Rose loves a good trauma dump. Holy shit. Oh my God. Such a whiny ass lady, dude. A weird relationship with sex. That's an interesting thing to see from the Solid Snake. Anyway. I'm going to go now, and I'm going to send you to the op block. So have a wonderful evening, chat. I am going to go EP beds because I have shit to do tomorrow. So.